Marc D with the C's got the key to life. Retro toys and comics we adore. TV and movies, let's explore. Sunday Night Geekery, it's the place to be. With Marc D with the C, let your nerd run free. Old school vibes and stories untold. Tune in, tune out, let the magic unfold.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Sunday Night Geekery. Happy Sunday night to everyone. And as you can see, I'm solo, but we should have some of the gang popping in. Courtney sends her regrets that she can't be here, but so shout out to Courtney. And Dadman is losing his voice, if you heard him on the stream with the missus earlier. So shout out to Dadman. Hope you're feeling better. And let's say hi to everyone who's hanging out with us in the chat right now. So Tim, of course, is hail to Tim, FKH. C2005 says, how did the Giants do today? And yeah, the Giants didn't do that well today. Thank you for asking. But of course, you know, if you're looking to get a better draft pick at this point, when you have 2 wins, you don't mind if you're, I guess I shouldn't say that, but you don't mind if your team keeps losing. You want to get that better draft pick, unfortunately, at this point. So the Giants lost to the Ravens, or the Cravens, as Rush Limbaugh would say, 35-14. So yeah, not a close game, and it was ugly, and I didn't really pay too much attention to it. And in other news, I'm losing my fantasy football team by 5 points, but I'm sure no one is too concerned about that. We have a second round, and we call it the toilet bowl. So that's for the losers. So I'm in the secondary line, but I can win $50, which is pretty cool. If you win the toilet bowl, you get $50. I think the winner gets like 500. But yep. And hey, the Polly's Minion is here. Awesome, with the truck dog. So everyone check out her channel with her travels with Simi. And let me put it. Hopefully this stream will be truck dog approved. You know, we're just starting, but hopefully it'll end up there. And thank you for being here. And Gap After Dark is in the house. Hey, Gap, how's it going? And Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Oh, lots of sports highlights this weekend going on. And my high school football team won their state championship, which was pretty cool. It was a ground and pound game, just basically a running attack by the offense, and shut out the other team. So defense still does win you championships, right? Especially in high school, when usually the passing game isn't the most important thing. But yeah, it's pretty nice to see a defense. I think they gave up in 3 games. They gave up 6 points in all the rounds of the playoffs. So not bad. So congrats to my high school football team for winning the championship again. Well, let's see. JT Kirk is will try to pop in too, if he can, maybe later. And a massive shout out to J-Man. You know, this was public knowledge. He posted it on his Twitter feed. Otherwise, you know, sometimes people keep things private, but he did have what he said was a minor heart attack. Well, no heart attack is minor. You know, it's a scary thing. Had a buddy, good buddy of mine had one a few weeks ago. It's also okay, but yeah, it's a scary thing. But glad to hear that J-Man is doing okay, and he's taking a week off. And I'm sure Dr. McCoy will pay him a visit and get him up to speed. But big shout out to him. Hope he's feeling better day by day and doing well. Yep. And Hal, it's the Phantom Outsider. Hey, how's it going? Great to see you. Glad you're here. So yeah, so tonight we're gonna do a lot of Christmas related stuff. Obviously, tis the season, and cover some of that stuff. Maybe a little foodery, not too much, but yeah, we're gonna do some Christmas stuff and have a good time. And yeah, we've got when does Sunday Night Geek? I didn't even check when the holiday falls. Let's see, for Sunday Night Geekery. Well, Christmas is on a Wednesday. Okay. And so Tuesday, of course, we won't be doing Toxic Tuesday on Tuesday night. And let's see how things fall. So I think oh yeah, things should fall pretty well. Hanukkah starts on Thursday, the 26th, the day after Christmas. So yeah, so I think the holidays are not interfering directly with Sunday Night Geekery, Geekery this year, which is thank you for planning it that way. So yeah, so we've got some fun things going on, but for the holidays, I'm sure family visiting and all that. But I think I should be okay as far as the geekery goes, which is great. So yeah, looking forward to spending time with families, and of course maybe getting some presents. I don't know about you guys, or presents are important to you, but yeah, the true meaning of the holidays, of course, yeah, shouldn't be presents, but sometimes it's tough to not to want those gifts, right? Hey, Tom is here. Tom's giving this one. Hey, Tom, how's it going? Good to see you. Yep. And Phantom says, "Oh, did J-Man have a heart attack?" I mean, he's not a well. I He had lost a lot of weight at one point, and of course, it's not always weight. It's sometimes just genetics, and who the heck knows. But yeah, I mean, it's some people that have heart attacks. You never, God forbid, you never know. It can be a combination of genetics, what you eat, and thankfully today the testing is much better, and the procedures. I mean, it's so less invasive. Where they can go put stents in you. It's just life saving surgery. So thank God, they've got that tech today. But yeah, who you never know, and always, man, when you get older, go get checked out by your doctor, and if you don't feel you're not feeling well, don't ignore it, don't let it go. Go get checked out. Hey, Mrs. Dadman's here. Awesome. It's a Mrs. Raid. Awesome. Love that. Yep. And I heard, Dadman I hear is losing his voice. So give him my best, and hope he's feeling better. That's the worst thing for a YouTuber, is to lose their voice. And of course, well, the Missus in the house. So let's play this. The Missus in this classic one. Yeah.
Where'd they go?
Right there.
Oh, screw you!
There. You had instant gold with that one. Like, I'm not. Sometimes you say, "Oh, I'm gonna clip something," and you forget. Or that one, I'm like, I'm clipping that right now. That's too good. Yep. And of course, you always have to play this. Yeah.
Ah! Never that way.
God damn it, Mark! Jeez.
So yeah, Dadman clan in the house. So great to see you. Great to see you. And check out Mrs. Let me put Mrs. channel in the link. Of course, it's all my buddies are down below in the show notes, but make sure you sub to the Missus. Let's get her to 500 so she can get monetized and get even more Legos. So here, well, let me put a Polly's Minion link in, because I'm going down the list here. Put her link in, and now let me put the Missus in. So make sure you're sub to both of these awesome ladies. And Dadman too, but yeah. We like the Missus better. Just kidding. Here's Mrs. Dadman's channel link. So please sub. Oh, awesome. Tom is here. Let's see. Did I add Tom to stage? I think I did. There we go. Use some Christmas magic here. Is Tom unmuted or muted? We'll see. Bat Tom is getting his, or maybe it's St. Nick, or maybe it's Krampus.
Hello.
Now we can hear you.
There we
now
go.
We can hear you. There we go.
Okay.
Thank you, Tom. Hey, how's it going?
It's going. How you doing?
Good. I got half my
Sorry
ornament
by
stuff.
yourself.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you for popping in. Yep. Much appreciated. So
No problemo. I just finished watching Landman anyway. So.
How was that? Good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, better than Redstone. Yellowstone, or
it's getting there
different.
because Yellowstone's falling off a cliff, but
right. Yeah.
Unfortunately, but yeah.
Well, I haven't watched any of Yellowstone's current season, but
yeah, and it's sad because they could have still made it interesting without Kevin Costner being there, but they just mucked the whole thing up.
Just went
I don't know what
totally horrible direction. Right?
I don't know if I told you this last week or whatever, but I was like, like considering the show's got like the DNA of like Dallas into it and stuff like that, you would think that they would have been smart and going, we can do it. Who shot JR? and they could have just drug that out through the rest of this season.
And they
No,
told
they
you
told
everything in the
everybody
first episode.
first
Right?
episode, and it's like, you idiots. Even if
Sheridan's a
we
great
know that
writer.
you know that we know, you can still have fun with it, right?
Yeah, he's a great writer. Yep. And hail to Donnie. How's it going, Donnie? But yeah, that's. I guess maybe he was just shows crap to bed eventually sometimes. But Costner should have come back at least for a few episodes. It's like, come on. I guess all that infighting there that was going on and contract disputes and but you owe it to the fans, I think, too, and all the other actors. I think that just don't don't be like that. I don't know. I guess I've never been worked in Hollywood, but it just seems like something that at least do a few hours work. I guess everything was body doubles, you were saying, and he doesn't appear in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it's all body doubles. So
yeah. That's
he says
bummer.
he hasn't even watched them. So in the last
Oh,
time they interviewed about it.
Oh, Costner.
Yeah. I don't see why he would. Why?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a shame.
I have a feeling
yeah.
everybody's lawyers are already going to get involved.
Oh, you think so? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna go for breach of contract and
there's that. Well, there's all sorts of things. Because Kevin Costner has a stipulation in his contract to where certain things, and then they have stipulations that'll probably cancel themselves out, and they'll probably just end up paying out Costner some money at the end, or it'll just be a wash of the hands at the end of the day. But
the lawyers will make money.
The lawyers will make money. And Taylor Sheridan is just making himself look bad the last few episodes too, because on top of it all, this last one from the last week, I don't think I got. That was after the show last week. I don't even think I got. Was I here last week? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I don't think I was here last week, or maybe I bopped in for a little bit. I can't remember now. Either way, when we talked about it last, since then he himself plays a character in the show.
Yeah. He's the horse wrangler.
So there was the last episode. They spent like 15-20 minutes on his character, so a good portion of the episode, and it really didn't go anywhere. Right? It was all stuff that could have been handled in like one scene, just dialogue. It kind of already was. It was just kind of a waste of time. And the funny thing is people are giving him shit because it's basically him half naked surrounded by women through most of the scenes. So they're like, so it's kind of like, are you shitting me, dude? Like,
let me get some gorgeous actors to be in the scene with me and then use them as eye candy. Because his character was interesting on the show, but it was good. It was only just a few seconds here and there, a few minutes here and there, and then the Jimmy character, he's out west with him, or in Texas with him, I guess, or out east, if you'd say. But like some of they had an episode they showed like 20 minutes of him last season. I'm like, why are they doing that unless they're setting up a spinoff or something? Which I guess they're.
Which clearly they are, yeah. But,
with him,
anyhow.
with Sheridan, yeah. The show's been good, but it's just over the top craziness on the show. But like I love like the cowgirl Teeter, like she's crazy. There's some funny characters.
She's gotten a lot to do in this last. I don't want to spoil any of her stuff because she's gotten a little bit to do here in the last few episodes, and that's the thing. At least I guess the upside is you get a little bit more of the other characters in this season. But at the same time, it's just like it's gone way down from what it was.
That's a shame. Yep. Oh, let's catch up. Oh, let's see. Max Redstone is here. Member for 11 months. Wow, time is flying. Infinity, the timey-wimey limey is here. Hail to Infinity. Awesome to see you here. No time. There will be no time travel here tonight on anything I'm covering. And Lemon Pie is here. Awesome. Yep. Yellowstone will end like Lost with no payoff. Yeah. Yellowstone has been a great show, but even I always judge. I always trust my wife on these things. She's like, this is like too much of the same stuff over and over. It's just a formulaic show like Emergency. Yeah, you got like the accident of the week kind of thing. Where it's easy to come up with stuff, but it's like. How many people are going to try to buy Yellowstone, and how many times can we all kill them all?
I mean, it gets a little more complicated than that, obviously. But
yeah. I did like the death when Rip killed the guy from what was it? Grant? Was it Grant Snow? What was the guy's name from that TV show? Melrose Place. And when he threw the snakes into the bag, he killed the guy that way. That was, yeah, that was pretty good death. Yeah, there have been some good deaths on the show. So, and Infinity says, "Thank goodness the time travel book is finally done. I don't want to hear about time travel ever again." Yeah, especially in Star Trek. Oh my God. So I guess Section 31 is gonna kill us with more time travel. Emergency in the 70s show. Yeah, yeah, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Emergency. And hail to Claude Saling. Hey, Claude, how's it going? So you know what I did do tonight? I watched Red One.
Well, I was going to ask if you saw Craven.
I didn't see Craven. Did you see Craven?
No, nobody saw Craven.
No one saw Craven, which is sure. Yeah, let me pull up the box office mojos. Yeah, we got which is perfect to have Tom here to talk about this stuff. Yep. So let me share my screen here. And yeah, I guess Craven was not hunted this weekend. Yeah, no one had to. My buddy that I go to all the Marvel movies with didn't even ask me about this one. Hey, Dad Man, feel better, Dad Man. Hope your voice recovers quickly. Yeah, Dad Man's not feeling good. Yep. So here we go with. So let's see, Mona 2. Well, this I guess this is the dailies on Sunday. Craven made $2.5 million. Barely made more than Gladiator. Red One made.
Yeah, this is actually not a very. Oh, this is the daily, not the weekend.
Daily, okay, yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
That's not a very good weekend. Okay, no, 22.
Yeah,
there we
let's
go.
say weekend. Yeah.
Yeah,
let's go to this weekend. Yep, 13th to 15th. Let's see. So Mona
that looks
2
better.
Kicking butt. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. No, that's
Wicked crossed 500 million worldwide, but we'll see if it actually crosses $1 billion.
I don't think it'll get to $1 billion. I don't think it's been fast enough. I don't think it's been fast enough. But I guess the foreign box office could make, like you said, could make a huge difference in something like that, or that kind of movie, like a musical type movie. That I think that can have a little bit longer legs in terms of staying in theaters. But yeah, so it still came in second, so 22 million.
Yeah, it's doing fine. It's got some competition coming up here though, but we'll see how that rolls with Nosferatu and Sonic 3 and a few other things.
Sonic 3, I think, could be
even got Mufasa coming here in the next 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, so we've got let's see here. So Lord of the Rings, War of the what the heck is that?
That's that animated Lord of the Rings rights retainer.
Oh,
Warner Brothers. So it's related to the original Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So it's nothing. It has nothing to do with the Rings of Power.
Oh, okay. So it's I'm like, what the heck is this? I didn't even know anything about this. How could I not? So it's animated by who? By Warner Brothers or
some anime company. I think it's the same company that did like what was it like I can't remember now. Shit. Some anime company. I'm trying to remember what they had.
I'll look it up. Yeah.
Yeah. It was some anime from before that's fairly.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. No, I didn't even.
Although it didn't do very, very well.
No, I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, but it's all it is a rights retainer. And honestly, I bet you it was a glorified HBO Max series or something like that, or movie that they're like, we'll throw it in theaters so we can keep the
rights. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see here. So this, I thought isn't that a title to a video game?
It sounds like one, doesn't it? It's like,
right? Yeah. And now, did they? Was this the one where they took a non-existent hero and they're taking like a bit part of the war or the appendices, or let's see. Trying to remember what this was about.
This is I think it's from either something it's from something outside of the actual book itself, or it's in the history of the ring or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, they have Christopher Lee's voice in there. Wow.
I don't know if the AI did or had managed to record it before he passed. Because this has been something they've been that I remember was announced back in like 2019 or 20.
Wow, yeah.
And when did he pass? It was like,
yeah, it was 3 or 4 years ago now, or how long
something like that. Maybe, unless that's just AI, it could be.
So it's an anime fantasy film directed by Kenji Kamarana from a screenplay. Let's see, based on characters created by Tolkien. Okay, it stars Brian Cox. Let's see, Miranda Otto. Tells the story of the Helm Hammerhand Cox, the legendary king of Rohan, and his family as they defend their kingdom against an army of Dunlings. Can't pronounce that. Okay, so it was announced in 2020. Dunlendings.
That sounds about right.
So this was humans, whether male or female. Okay, yep. Film was announced in 2021. Okay, yeah, it was based on details and appendices of the Lord of the Rings. That's what it was. That was my first guess. Yep. Covering the history of Rohan's rulers. Yep. They chose to focus on Helm's unnamed daughter, who they called Hera for the film. So she's so important that Tolkien didn't give her a name.
Yeah, and here's the thing: I haven't seen the movie. Andre did. He said it was fine.
It was fine.
But I don't know what they say exactly in the book compared to what's in the movie. I know some people have some issues, but I was like looking at it like I have a feeling that Amazon was looking for some strong female lead character, and they probably always wanted to do it to what's her face, but Peter Jackson's probably like, no, I think we can come up with something else. And I think this was always his plan because he was working with Amazon and then they ghosted him.
And they go. Oh, they.
I don't think that, and he has very little to do with this. Actually, he's just a producer. It's his wife and her daughter, and so their daughter, I guess, that wrote it.
Okay.
So or not, or his writing partner and her daughter, something like that. Yeah, because his wife also writes with them too. So yeah, that'd be the partner. Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Either way, yeah. So that's my understanding. And so this is all about that kind of a thing. And so I was like, this is probably just Peter Jackson saying, "Look what I can do compared to what you can do." And really, it's animated, so who gives a shit? This is just a rights retainer. I don't think they're really losing out much on it.
Yeah.
So. It's still over 2 hours long. Look at that. Hour and 134 minutes.
Wow.
That's 2 hours and 15 minutes or so, give or take.
And that's the thing too. Now, I was just telling my wife, we watched Red One, which one thing about it, it's still in theaters and they put it on Prime, I guess, to give it some more juice. But it's like, why? I mean,
it was always meant for Prime, actually.
Right? Oh, it was. Yeah.
Putting it in theaters was basically like a glorified advertisement, really.
Okay. And then they try to get people to watch it at home. But like, I guess it would be fun, with little kids, if you had little kids like 8, it's really a great movie.
I figured out also why they do that, because part of it is for, they have it to where on their thing, they can say in theaters now, or you can watch it at home.
Yeah. I noticed that.
That's why they do that.
Yeah. I noticed that too. It was interesting. It was like, wow, in theaters now, it's like you can go pay for it at home or go. I guess, I mean, Prime is damn expensive now, but, it's amazing how much stuff they have on there, and I don't even notice it, too, because, either in Netflix or you're on, on something else. But, yeah, I guess they want to build Prime out like they don't control enough of the world already, so they want to build that out, yeah. So, and Fan says, no one was craving to see Craven, and no one is raving about Craven, yep. Phantom Leap past 2015. I didn't say a couple years.
Was it that long ago?
I said 4 or 5, but yeah. God, we are getting old and long in the tooth.
I know. I hate that. You get to that age where you just start forgetting decades. Don't you love that? I used to make fun of my old man for that shit.
Yeah.
Because he'd be like, 1976, that was only like 10 years ago. I'm like, what are you talking about, Dad? That was like 26. Yeah. And here I am, 40-something, going, oh, God, that wasn't that long ago. And they're like, no, it was like 10 years ago. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, Grandpa.
Yeah. The 30s, I mean, the 80s was about.
I lost a decade.
Yeah. Yeah, Phantom, I know. Oh, God. Let's see. So it made 2 million. Yes, so it's not gonna make anything
great. But I don't think it's gonna lose much at the end of the day, because I highly doubt it cost all that much.
Yeah. So
it's gonna go on HBO Max. And
yeah, so you just like, who's gonna go to the theater to watch that? Yeah, let's see what the budget. They say the budget's 30 million, I didn't see much.
That thing's
and not much advertising on that too. So
no.
yeah. So
No, I'm surprised they didn't spend a little bit more than that, to be honest with you.
So yeah, so 5 million this weekend. Yep. So I guess they'll eventually get their money back, or like you said, they keep the.
They'll advertise it in other ways.
Yeah.
They might even have pre-sold a bunch of stuff overseas too, to where it could have been. Because this is where I've been pointing out to people like Garfield, the one that came out last year. It was one of the most profitable movies in the last few years. Because it only cost like 30 million, and I think it made what 200 some, almost 300 million.
That was a big hit.
Yeah, and then plus it was already pretty much prepaid for by Netflix because they bought the rights, because they buy the rights to all of Sony's stuff or whatever. So like, yeah, so they were already in the black before the movie even probably came out, and they already got a sequel in the pipeline. So yeah.
Yeah, some people are saying that Sony, maybe that's the better way to make more money because they don't bother with the streaming service, but they just sell everything.
Yep.
So
they pulled out of that stuff when everybody was starting to jump in, because they had a service through PlayStation, and I'm like, I'm scratching my head going, y'all, what are you doing? But no, at the end of the day, they just, that's the way they do it. And the same thing, like they're pulling the plug on this Spider-Verse non-Spider-Man stuff. So.
Which is,
even though some people are saying that that's not true, I was like, ugh. Yeah, only part that's not true is probably anything that actually has Spider-Man in it, like Spider-Verse. And
yeah, right. That's crazy. Yep. Oh, and 6 is here. Hey, to 6.
Hey, 6.
Hell to 6. Yep. I've seen Time on W Brothers social media, which is essentially free. Yeah.
I honestly, I'm trying to. I don't have HBO Max anymore, but I wonder if they're doing any advertising on there. I don't even see. I don't think I've even had an ad on any of the YouTube videos, so they're not even doing YouTube ads or nothing that I can tell.
Yeah, because now that I remember seeing a few Twitter posts and things about it. Once my foggy old brain cleared up a little bit, but it was just not on my radar to go see this. Like if you had told me, the Lord of the Rings movie was coming out in the 80s or 90s, boom, that was like massive coverage, and you're all over it, and can't wait to go see it, that kind of thing. But and Courtney's in the house. Hey, Courtney, hope you're doing okay. And Courtney sent her regrets, but we'll hopefully catch her next weekend. Yep. So so not a what was the total? I'm trying to see if this was a good weekend for movies or bad weekend, but I guess that's not a bad take. 26 million.
Yeah, as long as you can pull in, as long as they pull in well over 100 million, that's usually a pretty good weekend. It's when they get below that is when they start to panic a little bit.
Yeah.
If you get the first if at least the top 2 movies are making over 20 million, that's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, they'd prefer one of the top being like 30, 40, 50 or more, obviously, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But I mean, if you can get the top 10 up there and over $100 million, then they usually don't complain too much.
Yeah. Well, plus everyone's busy shopping and doing holiday stuff. And if it's not a crazy,
kids are back in school again after the Thanksgiving holiday and in between. Yeah, it's all.
Yep. So Courtney sends her love, and Phantom says, "Yeah, I do that all the time." With the 80s were a little while ago. Well, damn it, high school was not that long ago, was it? Like watching Red One tonight. We're like, how old is the evil witch in that? Kiernan Shippa? I'm sure you say her last name. Like she's 25, she was born in 99. It's like, damn it, but so Red One made $4.4 million. Let's check out Red One. So domestic, all right, so it made 92 million, international 82, so worldwide 175,000. That's probably not that bad. I don't think that movie was that expensive to make. So anyone in the chat has seen this on Amazon Prime? You guys, anyone Prime? You got Prime out there? But it was a fun. It's like a good movie for an 8 to 10-year-old, 12-year-old kid. I'm guessing would be the best way I would.
That's what it seemed like from what I saw of it. But you seem like you enjoyed it then.
It's fun. I got to support my neighbor. So. I gotta go.
Oh, that's right. She is in it. That's right. I forgot all about that. Yeah.
Yeah. She's
that probably bought her house.
Yeah. So she's living in my old house that I grew up in. So So Yeah, I got to go knock on her door and say, no, don't do that. No, never. I'm just joking. Just joking. But can you sign this poster? I was gonna say, like, you got to hang out with The Rock and Chris Evans. That's pretty cool. But
don't ask her about Bill Murray though.
Yeah, definitely not. I'll make that mental note. Yeah,
I don't know if you remember them stories, but yeah,
didn't they have? Yeah, I heard they were.
So say she even talked about it again more recently. I think when they were trying to recancel him or whatever.
Yeah, and Charlie's Angels, right? Yeah. Let's see. Donnie has Prime as well. Used to have Max, but not anymore. No need to understand why. Oh, hey, Penny. Good night. Yep. Have a great week. Thank you for stopping by, and hit that like button on the way out if you can.
I mean, I think Bill was being overly rude to the ladies. I'll be honest with you. He was taking out I think he was taking out his aggravation of the movie being as bad as he knew it was going to turn out to be. As much as people like it, I mean, let's be real. That movie's not that great. It's okay. It's watchable, but
you got the nostalgia factor.
Yeah, it's not like a 10 out of 10 or anything like that.
Yeah.
In fact, I think some people like the sequel more, which I never even watched. So
yeah. So this movie, no.
But I love her in Kill Bill. So one of these days, I might send you my collectors like I have from Best Buy. It had you buy. They came out separately, but when you bought Kill Bill 2, you got a box set so you could put Kill Bill 1 and 2 together.
Oh, nice.
So maybe I'll send that to you and have her sign it for me.
Oh yeah. Well, if I ever did get semi-friendly with her,
I wouldn't ask
probably
you to
never
do that
happened.
But like, oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
The funny thing is, my friend who lives behind her, unfortunately, just moved. Got very friendly with her, and she was teasing me. She's like, "And no, Mark, I'm not giving you her cell phone number." I'm like, I can ask her to be on Sunday Night Geekery. I'd never ever do that, but my friend was joking, like, you would just be bothering about geek stuff. I'm talking about flowers and nothing with Hollywood. Didn't bother with any of the Hollywood. Just talking about other stuff. But yeah, she's a pretty major movie star, so it would be fun to if I
someday live in a fairly decent neighborhood, sir.
Yeah, it's my house is run down. Gonna kick me out of the neighborhood. Yeah.
Oh, I see. You're the cousin Eddie of the neighborhood.
Cousin Eddie. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, this is gonna. I don't know what this says, but let's see. They decided to make the next class reunion the 50th and 2029. So I only went to the 10th. Yeah, because that's not. Yeah, the 50th reunion is really the 10th reunion. Yeah. So so this movie, J.K. Simmons is in it. He's Santa Claus, and he plays a kick-ass Santa Claus who's in amazing shape and working out. He's got some guns on him right now. And let me see. Maybe I'll play the trailer. Or skip through the trailer just real quick here. Let's see. I'm sure it's. Let's see. Here's the official trailer, and we'll do the pause and the pause it. So it's MGM. Let's make this full screen. Yeah, the Rangers lost again today. Oh, it's ugly. Yeah, so the movie starts off. The Rock is a bit playing an elf, but he's basically Santa Claus's big bodyguard. They're hundreds of years old, and it's kind of like they set this all up as like a sci-fi magic, futuristic, no time travel Captain Infinity. But I was wondering if they have, Santa Claus to spend time. But there's a scene here of Santa Claus is working out with The Rock. He's got to stay in shape. And so it's the opposite of the Santa Claus where he gets the Santa Claus, Tim, he gets fat. So so he's working that. So that part was pretty funny. So they set up, Santa's, got to work all year, obviously for that one night, and he's the only one who can do it. And it's a world of demigods and gods, and kind of like a mythology, hidden mythology. So they've got, some creatures and stuff. And of course, Chris Evans is a catalyst for it and gets pulled into the story. So most of the story, he's with The Rock, and I don't think this is, it's a minor spoiler. I think this trailer probably gives it away. But Santa Claus gets kidnapped, right? So they've got to rescue Santa Claus, and they've got all these high-tech gadgets, and Santa Claus is the government knows about Santa Claus and those drones too that are flying around, I guess. But so there's this, mythical city that Santa Claus lives in on the North Pole, obviously making all the toys. And Chris Evans, not very blonde there, is playing, a typical deadbeat dad. Okay, he's a deadbeat dad and divorced dad in this movie. A lot of cliches, but and he's trying to do a Brooklyn accent, which is kind of okay sometimes, but it's I don't know. It's like I would say just just stick to your regular voice, then, if your accent's not gonna be that good. There's Lucy Liu. Now Lucy Liu plays like the director of the North Pole up there. She's like the number one, in charge, I guess, of everything. And The Rock is like the bodyguard, and she's the director of all the high tech stuff. Snorter Poopers is not here, but you do have
she's the Q or whatever.
The Q, yeah, she's like the Q and the leader. And then you've got the muscle, this big polar bear. There's all these mythical creatures.
Is he supposed to be like the Coca-Cola bear, or what's the deal? I'm trying to, because I know there's a bunch of, this is the other reason why I think this movie didn't lose any money, is because there's a shit ton of product placement in it, as Andre pointed out. And I was sitting here going, I'm like, that looks an awful lot like the Coca-Cola bear. And for those who know a little history about it, the modern Santa Claus that we have today is from the Coca-Cola version of him.
Right.
So I was wondering if that was a kind of a nod, or is it anything in the movie? Is there a lot of Coca-Cola in the movie, or is it just?
I'm trying to remember if I said there was a lot of products in the movie. A lot of toy products. Hot
Wheels. But the bear doesn't say anything like. The bear
doesn't say anything about like, oh, he doesn't grab a Coke or do anything.
And nothing like that. Okay, yeah, I was just curious. Like it was pretty obvious or blunt. Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing. Well, the bear, he's kind of like he's the muscle.
He's just a polar bear, probably. I'm probably overthinking it.
Well, that was a big lawsuit they had with Polar Cola, which I can never say. But when
they tried doing the polar bears for Coca-Cola.
Well, there's a company called Polar Cola, and it's in Connecticut, I think. And then they were trying to sue Coca-Cola or Versa Visa over or maybe Coke sued. I can't remember who sued who, but they had some trademarks on polar bears. Let me see if so it's Polar, and that's their logo is a polar bear. Let's see, Cola lawsuit. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. So it was big controversy back then. And of course Coca-Cola is a Goliath. But yeah, I think that was part of it, I think, too. So in terms of fighting over trademarks and things like that. Let's see if I can find, whenever you're trying to find Coca-Cola and the Polar Corp 1994 advertising dispute over Polar Seltzer ad that featured a polar copyrighted bear throwing a can of Coke in the trash. The court ruled in favor of Coca-Cola, finding the Polar misinterpreted the nature and quality of Coke. Also found that Coca-Cola had a likelihood of success under USC 1125. So, it was a parody in response to Coke's use of polar bears in television advertisements. Let me see if I can find a picture to show this stuff. Yeah, so it was just here we go. But I think the Polar Cola, they had something with them throwing out the Coke. Yeah, so Coke probably could afford better lawyers too, I think. Yeah. So so they've got this fun polar bear character in this, and he's comic relief, not a big role, and a lot of CGI. So here's the Hot Wheels I was talking about. A lot of toy placement. So one of the Rock and all these they're not elves, they're some foundation. They come up with an acronym. They have this thing on the wrist, and they can like make things real. I was hoping he would grab the Batmobile. He's like, grab a vehicle, something practical. And of course, instead of doing it himself, and of course he grabs a Corvette. So there was huge product placement for a Corvette in this movie. And then he's asking, that was a funny line. He's like, do you got a Wonder Woman doll? And the Rock's like, it doesn't work that way. So that was pretty funny. Captain America asking for a Wonder Woman doll. Yeah. So that could be kind of inappropriate. Yep. And of course, Krampus is in this movie. So they've got Krampus and all these mythical creatures, and they're fighting. They have a slap fight. Of course, they've got the reindeer involved, and you've got snowmen. That scene with the snowman was pretty funny. That was pretty well done. The CGI was actually pretty good in that. I thought that was they spent some money on that one. Yep. And let's see. There's one of the evil creatures, red one. There's Krampus. The makeup. I think it looked almost like it was practical makeup on Krampus, but knowing the way they do CGI today, where they mask people, but it looked almost like practical effect to me. I don't know if any way to find that out, but did look pretty good. So it's just like a romp, finding, trying to find Santa Claus, and nothing nothing amazing, where you'd say, oh, that, got to go see that. But if you're hanging out with the kids, or had young kids, I think they would enjoy it. Some fun. It's a harmless fun in the movie. And that was a girl that played. She was Sabrina the Teenage Witch in that dark Netflix take on the comic books, and she was Kernan Shippa. I think, how do you say her name? I'm not sure, but she was pretty good in it. Yeah, as the evil witch. So we've got lots of witches out this week. And Lucy Liu, of course, was good in it. So and The Rock is The Rock, right? And Chris Evans is good. Yeah, but of course, yeah, it's just all the cliches, with the son. He doesn't hang out with the son as much, and he's on the naughty list. So the basic plot of the movie is the evil witch is mad that everyone is getting away with everything now. So she's got this this gizmo that's making these snow globes, and everyone on the naughty list is going to get one of these snow globes, and then they can be imprisoned within a snow globe for the rest of their life. I guess you don't have to eat anymore once you're in a snow globe, or I don't know how it works. But so of course they kidnap Santa Claus, and they're going to use Santa Claus's powers to deliver these snow globes to all the the people on the naughty list in the world. So, and pretty much everyone has been on the naughty list at one time. So if you swear, they have a list of things that they do, they say you could do. So, and so the Rock's like, isn't that pretty much everyone would have been on the naughty list at one point? And she's like, yeah. So, it's a harmless, harmless fun. But I would say, for young kids, if you had young kids that wanted something for the holidays, of course, there's plenty of other movies that are a lot better. But people, if you're a fan of The Rock or Chris Evans, or if you're a fan of buff Santa Claus, I don't know if those are real weights. Oh, there's probably some weight to them there. But J.K. Simmons is making me look bad as what am I, 29 now? But he got in really good shape. So. He's fun in the movie, so he's a good Santa Claus. And there are some good there's some good messaging there, some good scenes of redemption, and it is a wholesome movie. So I would give it a mild thumbs up, I think, for everyone to go check out. But it's not the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and that was an instant classic. I mean, God, I love that Guardians of the Galaxy special. That That was awesome. I mean, that's really had a lot of great laughs and a lot of great laughs on that one. So, Tom, did you see that? You must have seen the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Christmas special, yeah,
Yeah, that
that was pretty good.
Yeah. All right, now one part that was really awesome in this movie, they can, basically the Rock's got like pin particles, so he can shrink and enlarge himself. And there were some funny fight scenes where it's kind of like Ant-Man, where he shrinks down to size, not as small as Ant-Man, but like 2 feet tall, like you'd expect an elf to be. And so he grabs, like in the toy store, they're grabbing toys, and he grabs Rock'em Sock'em Robots. And they have a good scene where they use the Rock'em Sock'em Robots to help fight the bad guys. So that probably was my most, that was the most fun I thought, with the Rock'em Sock'em Robots fighting there. But yeah, it's, I would say go watch, classic first if you, but probably a young kid would want. Yeah, see, missing Santa Claus is missing. So they give it away in the. I didn't know that. I didn't start, watching the movie, but yeah, there's the Santa Claus has been kidnapped. Yeah, but there's the polar bear giving the good news to Chris Evans. So yeah, so I don't know. Would you ever watch this movie, Tom, or?
I almost watched it the other night. I might give it a shot one of these days because I think it's on, like you said, it's on Prime now. So
Yeah, you can watch it for free. Yeah,
yeah, I might.
Yeah. Well, you've been watching a movie a day with your son, right? On the VHS, right?
No, I don't. Some people think that's how that works. No, he lives somewhere else. He gets these movies, and he just started sending me pictures of the movies he buys. And I'm just like, oh, hell with it. I'll share it with everybody. So, like,
cool.
I don't even know if he's watching them all per se, but I mean, I know he watches movies on and off and whatever. So, I mean, he's seen most of them so far, it sounds like. So,
yeah, okay. All right.
But, yeah, that's kind of what it is. He just randomly, like I said in the post, he just randomly decided he's going to start sending me pictures.
That's cool.
And he's like, I got movies like up the butt. I'm like, well, whatever.
Well, like father, like son, I'm sure, right? Yep. Ton of movies. Yep. I love this nostalgia. The VHS covers are awesome too. So that's really cool.
Yeah, some of them had some good artwork.
And that does help to sell. That helps to sell a movie. I mean, getting that poster, getting that trailer. I mean, you can have a great trailer, still have a horrible movie, but the trailer gets some butts in the seats, right? So everyone was raving about the 28 years later trailer. Thought that they was watching how people thought that would drum up interest for the movie. I don't know, it looks pretty. 28 years later looks pretty good. I think from the trailer, but I'd have more interest in seeing that than Craven the Hunter. But let's see, 28 years later. Were you a fan of those movies at all, Tom, or?
Not necessarily. I haven't seen them, so I can't say if they're good or bad or the other. But just my reasoning is, when it comes to zombie movies, I'm not the biggest fan, and usually it's just the Romero, like Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, and stuff. Yeah,
the
stuff that's kind of offshoot of that.
Yeah, the slow walking classic zombies. Yeah,
yeah, like Return of the Living Dead or Shaun of the Dead, stuff like that. But like otherwise, yeah.
But the 28 weeks later, I mean, I did enjoy all these. The 28 days and 28 weeks later, that Eccleston was really good in the second movie. There's some good subplots in that second movie, and of course, it's always how society going to break down and what what happens. So yeah, so the concept is a pretty cool idea, though. Yeah, 28 years later. Yeah, let me check. Let's check one of these trailers here. Let's see. Of course, Aaron Taylor Johnson's in that with. Who's also Craven, I guess, right? Yeah. Let's go through this one. Yes, of course, the world has been consumed by this zombie outbreak. We'll go past that. Scary zombies. But yeah, I think that's one of those things where people always try to imagine, I could take out all the zombies, right? Zombies aren't going to get me. And really, Romero, it's it's a critique of the modern society, and how many ways we've turned into zombies, metaphorically speaking. Yep. So new strains. Yep. Zombies are coming. Yep. Coming soon. Yeah. Well, that trailer doesn't give away much, which is good. That's not the trailer that everyone was raving about, but I do like it when the trailer doesn't give away too much information. That's always bugged me when it gives away just way too much info. So, but yeah, when they're showing the Teletubbies, that was pretty good in the trailer. The kids are watching the Teletubbies, and then everything hits the fan at that point. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I'll check it out. But that's one of the things. Like, would I go see it in the movie theater? Or just wait till wait to see it on TV. That's what. And the music is just I can't play the music. Of course, we'll flip through this. Yeah, this is the trailer everyone was raving about. But yeah, the Teletubbies are on. Look at that classic Philips CRT TV. Yep. Hey, the dead man. Zombie, zombie, zombie. How's it going? So kids, stay right here. Don't go anywhere. Don't move. Yeah. Oh, I can put on the subtitles. There we go.
Yeah, I can't remember what song is playing during it, but it probably would nail you. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's it's creepy. Like it's a creepy the way the song goes. It's so creepy. Yep. Weeks became years. Yep. So I guess they're on an island on this in this situation here. Yep. Of course, everyone's got to be heavily armed. Yep. What's it say? Dangerous something island causeway. Well, I think the causeway it goes with the tide, so it's open for part of the. Depending on the tide, you can get across it. Yep. So it gets this poem that if you watch this with with the volume, the music and the poem just make it really creepy. Yep. Let's see here. Next summer will become 28 years later. Yep. I think that's a great idea though to do. Yeah, keep bopping through time like that. So horror fans I think will be up for that movie. Yep. Of course, the horrible Craven the Hunter. It's not going to do much. Yep. Yep. Well, let's see. Courtney's post here. You should check out this trailer. It's for a short documentary on Netflix about baseball and a YouTuber who I'm a huge fan of. Okay, let's let me see if I can copy that link. Well, I'll show that in a second. But why don't we go cover on the geekery a little bit of Craven the Hunter. So I'm guessing no one in the chat has seen this, but if you've seen Craven the Hunter, raise your hand and let us know. But did you see you've obviously seen the pictures of the rhino, right, Tom? On Craven
yeah, they don't awfully look that impressive.
Oh my
at all. No.
God. I mean, it just wasn't an abomination. Let's see the rhino. So I don't know anything about this movie. I've read the comics, obviously, but Craven's Last Stand, great villain for Spider-Man, and some classic comic stories. And we all know the Rhino was wearing a suit, and then he gets trapped in the suit. He's got super strength, but he's like sealed in this suit. So it's not like he's a mutant. So they're showing these pictures. It's like a guy that's mutated into this like half rhino. There's one horrible picture. You can see his face, how bad his face looks, and it's just ludicrous. I mean, it's just the rhino should look like that, where it's like a guy in a suit, And I'm trying to find if I can find that find the still where they're showing how bad the rhino looks, but yeah, it's really really pitiful. So do you know anyone who's seen this movie?
No, not really.
I don't. Because I don't.
Well, actually, that's not true. I mean, I've talked to some people who have, but I don't know any real specifics. They say it's basically as bad as Morbius and stuff like that. Yeah.
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 So Yeah, so this is gonna fade pretty quickly. And our buddy Clobber times, of course, who always want to remember. He hated these movies that had villains in, like Morbius and Venom. It's like you can't do these movies without the hero. It's like what's the point of doing these movies? So yeah, you could have a movie that has got a lot about the villain or builds up the villain. But oh yeah, here's the picture of the. I mean, look how bad that looks with the. I mean, I know it's small here. Let's see if we can. Do they show the rhino in the trail? I guess they do show the rhino in the trail, but it's like a guy who's been mutated into like this rhinoceros, which is not in the costume, which is ridiculous.
Not only that, they're brothers, which is I think something added to the comics recently.
Oh, they made them brothers. Oh God, yeah. So,
of course.
Let's say so. Oh, quit. Unhandled exception. Damn you, Microsoft. Let me. That's one program that always. It's my comic book database program. Always crashes. Yeah. So let's suffer through the Kraven the Hunter's final trailer. I guess most people exposed to Kraven probably from the animated Spider-Man series. I think that would be where most people would see him. It begins. So I guess he's this great, the great hunter, and I'm sure it's a cool character, some of these scenes. But where's Spider-Man? I mean, Tom, are they allowed to have Spider-Man in these movies, or are they?
That's a big question, and I think you need about 6 lawyers in the contract to answer that. I don't think they technically can without Disney being involved somehow or Marvel being involved. I mean,
Okay.
Which means like they basically, like they can, but then it has to be Tom Holland probably, and then Kevin Feige has final say on shit. Probably it'd be my guess, and I'm just speculating because nobody really knows.
No,
what the deal
right?
is.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you could have Spider-Man, why not, right? I mean, that you would have another. Another Spider-Man movie, right?
My and Andre's theory is that Amy Pascal had always planned on, because she never wanted to do this deal in the first place, and once she got forced into this deal, she saw the opportunity to bolster Spider-Man's image and then pull him out and trick the audience into thinking he's still in the MCU while just throwing him into the Sinister Six plan that they were going to do before.
Yeah.
And I don't think it worked out for her. Because what happened was all the movies besides Venom failed, and Spider-Man is worth more being in the MCU than he's not. So he's made more money. Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those situations where, at this point, the only things they have anything of any value is kind of Spider-Verse and Venom. And Spider-Verse, you got to sit there and kind of split hairs with a little bit, because the first one didn't make that much money. It just won an Oscar, and the second one did okay, but it didn't do well enough to where they've jumped on the third one yet. As far as we know, it still hasn't even begun production, even though it was meant to be a part 2 and part 3 story. It leaves on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, you mentioned it on the Geekery a few weeks ago, so they haven't even started it yet. There's no, they're not.
I guess the main actor who plays Miles Morales says he has not recorded any lines yet.
Oh, I thought it was just something that was taking a long time to do.
I don't know what the deal is. There's a bunch of rumors going around now that there's some disputes behind the scenes, and that what that entails exactly, I do not know.
It'd be like rights fight, or just
here's the thing is
problems.
I remember, and this is what I think is going on, and this is just me again speculating heavily, so take it with a grain of salt. I remember vaguely a story coming out when Spider-Verse 2 hit big, that the movie, they were talking about how the movie is doing well at the theaters, but the story's main focal point was that the toy sales were amazing. So my understanding, though, is that Marvel gets all of Spider-Man's toy sales unless it's affiliated with the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie.
Wow.
And then, and only then, is like, if it's like an Avengers film, I think, as far as I know, they only get a percentage of the Spider-Man figures sold. That makes sense. So, other than that, so I guess my understanding is that Disney, aka Marvel, got 100% of Spider-Verse's toy sales. And from my understanding, those toy sales were worth probably 2 or 3 times as much as what the movie actually made.
Yeah, because those toys were pretty popular, especially Punk
Yes.
Spider and
Yes.
all the crazy characters.
Exactly. You had 100 fucking Spider-Man that they put out. Exactly. Marvel took a pure advantage of that.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the dispute that's going on. I think they might have finally worked it out because now all of a sudden we're hearing that Spider-Man 4 is finally going into production. I mean, we've had how many years? I think we're at this point the longest we've had since a Spider-Man movie, besides
it's been a while, right?
Amazing Spider-Man to the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. I think this is the longest patch we've had in between Spider-Man movies. And I think that's part of the reason.
As MJ, who's incredibly hot right now in terms of publicity.
Unfortunately, she'll probably get an Oscar nomination. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, and Spider-Man basically it's printing money, right? I mean, none of the Spider-Man movies have done terrible money-wise. I mean, I know Amazing 2. What did Amazing 2 do? Did that lose money, or did that? Trying to remember now. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It did not do well. I think it only did like 700 and some.
Yeah, but I mean, if you've got the budget in control, you're getting people to put their butts in theaters. If you got Spider-Man showing up in that.
Oh yeah, and again, I think that was always part of the plan. But I think either they can't have him in these spin-off movies, or if they do, then Feige gets some kind of say or sway. But even that may not have to be the case, because from what I remember hearing and other people have reported, I think it came from like Hollywood Reporter or one of those reports, so it wasn't even like one of us. Is what I'm saying, is it was an actual outlet. They were even saying that Kevin Feige reportedly came in and tinkered with Venom. Then Tom Rothman, the head of Sony, said he come out and said, "Oh, I fixed Venom," because supposedly that movie was saved in the edit.
Okay, and so the first Venom, or
the OG one,
OG one, that did that one did the best.
It did almost $1 billion,
yeah. So that was pretty, and people love that Venom character. If you grew up watching,
and that's just
cartoons.
it. I mean, that's one of those rarities where you have a character who's a part of something else and has become almost as popular on his own, right? But you got to argue that Venom technically can't work on his own, but they found a way to do it.
Yeah,
but
why does he look like Spider-Man if he's not related to Spider-Man in any way, shape, or form? That's what always drove me crazy, right? Because
well, they did all that shit where they pulled him in and out of the universe, and then they have it now to where it was set up at the end of No Way Home where nobody knows his name anymore and all that kind of shit. And they, Venom was bopped around all over the fucking place for no reason.
Yeah.
It was just like, there's all kinds of crazy shit going on, and it's like, why would that Venom know anything about Peter Parker anyway?
Wouldn't know anything about him,
I wouldn't know anything about him, so it doesn't make any sense. That's the whole point, right? Is that in that multiverse, that's the one multiverse where he didn't have a Spider-Man. He just happened to get similar powers somehow. Like,
it's ridiculous, But
so, I mean, we could buy that, but whatever.
I got to play this clip from, here we go, talk about the toys.
Merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made.
Spider-Man t-shirts. We got Spider-Man postcards. We got Spider-Man flame.
And the great
slingers. Don't shoot it in your eyes.
And the man of Iron Hair, D. Bud Martin. I'd rather read Amazing Spider-Man 47 for the 1,000th time than watch this Craven movie. Yep.
Trust me, it burns.
It burns. Yep. Yeah, and she's MJ, but not the MJ from the comics.
No, and that's kind of the other part of the deal is like everybody but Peter Parker is like a 25% or more different version of the character. And that was part of the deal too. So that, because any characters that they use in the Marvel universe have to stay in moratorium for 4 years. And that means that Sony couldn't use them after if they decide to pull Spider-Man out of the MCU. So way, the deal was made to where they're MJ instead of Mary Jane. And his other friend, is a little bit closer to a Miles Morales character, and Flash isn't the same Flash that we know and shit like that.
Oh, so that you're saying if the deal tanks with Sony and Sony has sole control of Spider-Man again, they can't
but they can't use those characters.
Oh, but they could have the real MJ in their universe.
Exactly. And that's why we're pretty sure that was always part of Amy's plan. Right? Because that feels like a little fail safe, right?
Yeah, you have to make the characters, and Uncle Ben is never in.
Exactly. Uncle Ben's never in the Son of a Bitch, but he is in Madam Web.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So, Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, but yeah, it's just nuts. Yep. Only way to do a Craven movie is to show Craven on hunts getting worldwide acclaim. He goes on the newest hunt, comes back to no press because of Spider-Man, and ends with him deciding to hunt Spidey. Yep. And D-Bud says, speaking of Zendaya, my mother saw Challengers yesterday on some movie channel and hated it. That was the tennis movie, right, where she tears her ACL or something, wrecks her knee, and then she's there's a love triangle or something. I'm guessing you haven't seen Challengers, Tom, with Zendaya. But
thank God, no.
No, okay, yeah. But I think that movie did pretty well though, box office wise. I think
I think it's one of the bigger films of the year. No, I don't know about, well, I don't know about that, but
let me check.
It's on all the critics lists. That's what I saw it on. Yeah,
the critics liked it. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, there's like some love triangle, and like she's a tennis player. And I think she produce it, or Zendaya had something in production. Let's see. Yeah, she was involved in the production. How and plot film was presented in non-linear narrative. Box office 96 million on a 55 million budget. Well, that's not bad considering a movie about tennis. I guess that's probably everyone just drawing her name, drawing people in to see the movie. So, but yeah, that didn't look too exciting to me. Yep. And yeah, that would work, but it's likely not what they've done. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, they don't listen to us comic book fans. Yep. Everyone knows your name, at Mead. Let's see. Dead Man is laughing. Yeah, Star Trek also had that 25 different thing before Paramount and CBS merged. Yeah, that's what everyone was talking about. Like the Klingons had to be different, and the ships were different, and the weapons were different, and it was 100% worse though. But that was the only thing they didn't have. They should have gone with the similarity of actually having both shows be good. But yeah, Star Trek Discovery was an abomination. Yep. Oh, the tennis one. She thought the acting was horrible. Yep. And the Phantom says, yeah, the reason Venom knew of Spidey was the symbiote said he was part of a multiversal hive mind. So all symbiotes are connected.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, somebody else brought that up before too. Maybe it was Phantom Outsider at that time
too. Probably right.
Yeah, I just totally forgot about that. It's like whatever. It didn't really bother me. It just I don't hate the Venom movies. The only one I thought that was kind of lame was the second one, and that's just because mostly what they did to Carnage. But
I still haven't watched the second one. Yeah, or the third one.
The third one's not bad. I liked the third one surprisingly, but maybe it's because I was expecting so much worse. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, it's I started collecting comics again when McFarlane was on Spider-Man, and Venom shows up, and was it 298 or 299 has a cameo? Maybe it was 290. Maybe it was 290. I can't remember. The 300 is the first full appearance of Venom. I think it was 290. Well, Phantom's in the chat. Let me know. But yeah, there was, and McFarlane's art was. I love McFarlane's art, but it was some people don't like him, but it was just exciting at the time. I mean, everyone crazy over Todd McFarlane's art. Art on Spider-Man. He was doing the Hulk, and kind of started to blow up. Doing the Hulk, and it's a famous Wolverine cover, where he's doing with the claws. That's Todd McFarlane. Let's show a couple of Todd images, and of course the spaghetti webbing. I think some other artists had done something, maybe not exactly that, but had done, crazy webbing. But Todd took it to that crazy level, the spaghetti webbing, and these are just classic McFarlane. There's the Spider-Man #1 where he insisted on writing the book, but just groundbreaking artwork, and there was a lot of hype about Spider-Man at the time too. It was just everyone was waiting for that next Spider-Man issue to come out. It was a big deal. It was a big deal back then. So Tom, did you collect comics at any point, or just bought a few of them, or what?
I was always
Nebraska?
more. I mean, I had a few here and there, but I didn't really ever live anywhere that had like a comic book shop nearby, and I was just kind of at the mercy of whatever our gas station or drugstore
Yep.
would get in, or the grocery
Yeah.
store would get in once in a while.
Yep.
And fortunate for me, I guess, what I would collect mostly now would be like movie adaptations and stuff like that. So like they would
Okay.
get a lot of those, and the reasoning for that was because
Conan.
it was, I didn't have to like get usually more than one issue, or it was like 2 or 3 issues instead of,
Yep.
having to worry about keep up with all a bunch of stuff. But I got into like the Ninja Turtles ones here in a while, the Archie ones that they did for a while, and some other ones like that, but nothing ever real deep.
Yeah.
Really, Bill and Ted, a few other ones, mostly movie related stuff. Otherwise, I mean, I had some Spider-Mans, I had some Supermans and some Batmans here and there, but I think all
Yeah,
I
you
got
weren't a
got
massive
now is like some
collector.
Batmans mostly and stuff like that. Because my kid picked me up some at a garage sale or something like that. But yeah.
But not, yeah, you weren't you weren't a massive, huge collector. Yeah,
I
like an
like them,
occasional fan. You like them, yeah.
and I mean, whenever I could find a comic shop, like if I go to my cousin somewhere in a bigger city that had a shop, I would always try to go to one, and I would
Okay,
always
yeah.
try to come home with at least a handful of comics. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't as it was more so just because I didn't have access
Yeah,
more
you
than
couldn't
anything.
get it. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because uh,
And my mom was never one of those who she'd let me get a subscription to a comic book. She'd let me get magazines once in a while, but not comic books for some reason.
yeah, I remember asking my mom, like, I wanted to get the Micronauts one subscription only. I'm like, Mom, can you write a check to Marvel Comics? Like, what are you crazy? I'm gonna write a check for me buy comic books. So my friend Joe, we split for a while. We split the subscription. So like he would read it. I don't know how we did it, like, or he would let me read it and I gave it back to him. I can't remember now, but or I gave him some money. We'd split like every other issue or something. I don't know. But yeah, I was mad because you couldn't get it in stores. And yeah, around here we had a couple of newsstands that had like I had to get on the train if I wanted to get it to go, without mom. It was like, when you're a kid on a bike, right? Your radius is limited. I guess I could have ridden my bike for like 45 minutes to go to the comic book shop. But yeah, it was the comics I got were my grandfather bringing them back for me when he was working as a taxi cab dispatcher growing up. So every week, so in 77 he started doing that, bringing me back comics when he'd work on the weekends. And so for a number of years, yeah, for a couple of years when he was doing that, I'd get comics every weekend, which was like 2 or 3 or 4. First one was X-Men, one of the early X-Men 108. I should have told him, Grandpa, get me X-Men every month. But yeah, it was just a great thing as a kid. But yeah, you like to get 2 issues in a row. Like I don't think I have many times where that happened, where I got 2 issues in a row. Yeah, so you couldn't follow stories. So like those movie adaptations, or like I mentioned, yeah, Conan was one I remember getting as a kid, and Indiana Jones. Yeah, they had a ton of movie adaptations. Star Trek back then. So that's a classic. Yeah, Spider-Man's got superpowers. Yeah. He always got I think that's when he had the power. The power cosmic, and he beats up the Hulk. Yep. But just dynamic art. Just love McFarlane's art here. Yeah. So Phantom. Yep. So Eddie Brock 298. So I knew 298 was 298 McFarlane's first issue too. A Venom cameo 299. Okay, first full Venom 300. Thank you. Yep. I was close on my numbers. Yep. Close like my years, right? Yep. And oh yeah, I presume you mean the Viacom CBS remerger. Yep, yep. Oh, and D-But says, sorry, Donnie, about your Seahawks. Well, I guess the Seahawks got clobbered tonight. Yep, yep. So yeah, let's close this up. But yeah, and of course Todd went on to found his action figure line, which is really well done. Yep. They make some great figures. Yep. So I guess this is Craven on the hunt. I guess this is where we're going to see the rhino, maybe in the trailer. I guess we don't even see the rhino in the trailer. Yeah. But oh yeah, here's the Thunderbolts new. How old is this trailer? Is this? Did we watch this one before? Let's see. But yeah, the Craven. No, it's a good. Craven's Last Stand. Yeah, it's a classic series, but yeah, how do you're doing it without without the main villain? I mean, if if they, I guess I think yeah, you're right, Tom. If they could have Spider-Man in these movies, why they definitely would, right? Because they would make so much more money. I mean, so yeah. Oh, fantasy to get subscriptions, I learned to go to the post office for money. Oh, the money order. That's smart. Yeah, I could have done that. Yep, yeah. Let's see. D-Bud got my Cayman Rider version 3 set to is missing a disc. I need to return. Oh, that's the worst when you get a set, or when you hear the disc, the media comes in and you hear like a rattling. You're moving the contain, the disc container. And you're like, oh no, this is it's probably trashed. And sometimes the discs are okay. Other times they get scratched, and that's the worst. Or if you buy something and don't watch it right away, and you find out there's a bad disc too, that's super uber annoying. One of my Beatles Blu-ray, I think it's Sergeant Pepper. Once in a while, it decides not to play. I'm like dreading the day, and that's the version with the audio on it, and that's the whole reason you have that. You get those box sets because that Blu-ray, especially. Yeah, you get that beautiful sound there. Hey, TZ Burns says, "Hey, Mark. Hi, Tom. Chat. Thanks for stopping over on Sunday night to hang out with us." So let's chat. I can't remember if we looked at this trailer before, but I think this is Marvel again. They're Thunderbolts in name only. It's I don't think it's any of the characters from. Was USA Agent in the Thunderbolts at one point? I can't remember.
I think he is in the Thunderbolts, if I remember right.
Yeah. I think that might be the only. Now, Hawkeye was leader of the Thunderbolts for a number of years, and of course, there's no Hawkeye in this, so they're going more the Suicide Squad in this movie versus the real Thunderbolts, where it was a plot to take him over and pretend to be the good guys, and then the bad guys actually liked being good guys at one point. That was one of the points in the points in the comic. Yeah. So I guess I think we've skimmed. We've skimmed through this before. So she's replacing Black Widow, and at least he's USA Agent. At least has super soldier serum in him. At least he's got superpowers. Wow, that trailer didn't give away much. Well, I guess the way it fast forwarded through, but yeah, Bucky's there, but I just that's not looking good. And then the Captain America movie. I mean, what a disaster that's turned into. I mean, is there any release date yet for the Captain
I
America?
think that's supposed to be out in February.
Still? They're holding that as right? Yep. Wow. Because how many reshoots has that one had? I mean,
4 now, I think, rounds, or 3, something like that.
yeah. So let's check out this trailer here. Is that Sam? Is that supposed to be? That's not Sam, is it? No.
No,
Oh,
that's
no. Like in the future or something. Okay, yeah.
no, that's
Someone. Do you know who that's supposed to be, or let's see.
I have no idea, honestly.
No idea. Okay. I wonder if they're gonna have that be the they had retconned the first Captain America as a black man. I'm trying to remember the characters. They were just and he set to prison. It was retconned Captain America. What was that character's name? Let's see. Trying to remember. We got Phantom here, so Phantom. Yeah, it was Isaiah Bradley. So I'm wondering if they're going to have this be Isaiah. If this is going to be, didn't they have Isaiah Bradley at one point in that the Winter Soldier Falcon? In the horrible TV series. I think they. Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Okay, we'll reprise the role in the upcoming Captain America: Brave New World. Okay, so that's probably Isaiah Bradley there. Yep. So he first appeared in 2003. Truth, Red, White, and Black. Yep. So let's see here. Oh, Courtney says, "It was lucky I could walk to the pharmacy from my house and they had a spinner rack of comics. So that's the best." Yeah, yep. And some of the grocery stores would have comics too. So I remember when I was in college going shopping for beer and groceries, I'd buy some comics too. Yep, yep. And D. Bud Martin when they would get from 7-Eleven. It was a great place to get them. Yep. My aunt uncle used to get a shave haircut, but he'd take me to the newsstand and get me 10 or sometimes more books, 25, 60 cent cover prices. Yeah, back when they were cheap. Yep. So that's got to be Isaiah Bradley. Yep. I'm guessing. Yep. But Thaddeus Ross he's gotten plastic surgery. He's now Indiana Jones. And let's see here. So of course something happens at the White House. But I think he just doesn't fit as Captain America. As, reading a lot of those comics, it's like Falcon is a great character. Always loved, Captain America and Falcon together. And they never should have. If Chris Evans wanted to leave the role, they should just recast the role eventually, not aged him out. Of course, they can very easily get rid of that. Comic books. Yeah, there's an easy way out, or use time travel. Now that they've introduced time travel, they could just bring him back. But is he finally wearing a helmet in the Falcon suit? Always wondered why he wasn't wearing a helmet. Yeah. So it's Falcon cap. Yep. You're under arrest. Yep. So I guess they're trying to make it looks like a Winter Soldier-esque movie with espionage and a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes in terms of the government and of course now you've got spoiler alert if you read the comics, Thaddeus Ross is Rolk or the Red Hulk. So it does look like Harrison Ford. I'll give him that. So yep. And of course that's that famous cover there with the Hulk smashing Captain America. So I don't know. I've heard this movie has been a lot of problems with all the reshoots and rewrites. So we'll see if it turns out. But Marvel's on a huge losing streak, unfortunately. For us fans. Yep. Let's see. And the dead man says I would get comics from the drugstore, but it was the Fox animated series that really informed me on the lore. Yeah, that Fox series, that was everyone's. Most people's intro to the comics or only thing they got to watch, right? Or if you couldn't get comics, yep. The first book it got me was at a place called the Packard Auction in Hillsborough, New Jersey, Avengers 95. And the last book was at JFK. Needed to go to the Philippines. They got me X-Men Giant 1. I still have, oh, wow. That's a great pickup at the airport. Wow. That's pretty awesome. When D. Bud Martin is aging himself here, that was just a few years ago. They were 12 cents when I started buying them. I get a quarter so I could buy 2 regular comics or 1 Giant Science annual. Decisions. Yeah, those were the days. Yeah. Wow. So let's see. And sub to that 70s rock fan. Make sure everyone's sub to 70s. Yep. So yeah, domestic gross 11 million, international 15, 26 million. So I'm guessing that's not what they were hoping for with this release of Kraven the Hunter. I don't know what they expected, but I'm sure they hoped for more. Let's see, what was the budget on this movie? Let's see. Let's check this out. Let's see what the budget here. The budget was ouch, 110 to 130 million dollars. Now, does that include advertising, Tom? Do you think that in those numbers there, or does that just the budget and they kind of hide the advertising budget? Always wondered that.
Sometimes they don't include that in the actual budget there, though. They're reporting there, is my understanding.
Okay.
So, like, whatever they have there, you'd have to add another whatever it is to it that they put it onto it.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think the budget is for a small movie? Like, I mean, it's got to at least be 10 to 20 million, right? That they would spend.
Oh, at least,
Or
at
more.
least. Like, I mean, a
Or
lot of
more,
these
right?
bigger movies, in some cases, I mean, the rule is kind of like you used to spend kind of your budget on the advertising, so it'd be like double, what you spend
Yep.
on it. But that all kind of went out the window. Smaller movies have gotten a lot smaller campaigns. If they kind of have a feeling up front the movie's not going to do well, they pulled back on campaigns. Disney has done that in the last few years where they'll pull money out of one campaign and put it into another if they don't think something's working,
Yep.
stuff like that.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, the average is anywhere from 50 to 100 million, just depending on the size of the film.
Wow.
If not
That's
even
quite a
more.
bit of
Like,
money.
we've heard
Yeah.
reports, like, for some of these that it's like 200-300 million.
And advertising? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's massive. Yeah. So that's when, yeah. If the budget, this is probably like could be a $500,000 movie with upfront cost, or, say 130 plus 100 or $250,000, invested in the movie, and they only made 26 million their first week, and there's no DVD sales anymore. So I guess maybe on the streaming end,
That's about the only thing. Yeah. Like in Craven, like I said, it might be mitigated a lot by that kind of a situation where the damage won't be as bad. But yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just big disaster. Yeah. So yeah, what's the plot here? So the half brother Dmitri, they're taken by their father, prepared to take over his drug trafficking operations. Sergei is mortally wounded. Near death, he's found by a girl named Calypso. Now she's a mutant. Isn't Calypso? Let's see. Voodoo priest is from Haitian descent. I'm trying to remember. Okay, first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man 209. Yeah. So okay, so they can use, I guess, any characters from the Spider-Man that appeared in Spider-Man. I guess that's probably the way these contracts are written. But I guess but then they must have limitations, like they can't use Johnny Storm, right? I guess because there must be certain. I don't know how that's all the lawyers and legalese. They probably figure that stuff out. Yep. Let's see. Now going by Craven, he's a vigilante and eliminate. Oh, so he's fighting criminals, killing an arms trafficker. He travels to London. Oh, this is take too long to read through, but yeah. So let's see. Craven refuses to kill the father, but steals his ammunition so he would be killed by a bear. 1 year later, having gained shape-shifting abilities from the doctor who experimented on him, he discovers this and disowns Craven. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna bore everyone reading all that, but yeah, it's so Russell. Oh, Russell Crowe is his father in this. Okay. Interesting. Yep. So who's the Rhino in this then? They've got the Chameleon in this. Okay. Calypso. Was it interesting? So does he just change it? Oh, here we go. Lissandro Nivola as a mercenary can turn into human rhino hybrid. Yeah. Oh yeah, D-Bud has told us about that story many times. Yeah, I always remember I couldn't buy Silver Surfer #1 because I dropped my quarter that day and couldn't find where it went. Oh, that's just. Plus, that book is worth a few coins today too. But yeah, that's a bummer. Oh God. And I think wasn't that a double-sized issue? The first few issues of the Surfer, weren't they double-sized, D-Bud? They were double issues. Yep. Oh man. And Diane says, speaking of my Cowboys, they will host the Buccaneers this Saturday. Yep. Oh, that's horrible. His uncle unfortunately succumbed to the TB in the Philippines. He did not come back. That's terrible. Oh God. Next run to Packard, I got Legion of Superheroes Volume 1, 2, and 3 reprint of them versus Computo and Superman and Batman book Soups and Bats. I don't have, but I know the covers. Okay. Yeah, two eclipses. One was the leader of the Morlock. Wasn't it Callisto? Wasn't it Callisto was the ugly? I thought it was Callisto. Was the Morlock leader, wasn't it? What do I know? Let's see. No, it's Callisto. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Callisto. So originally they used to draw her as being exceedingly ugly, but then through the years they kind of made her look better. But Callisto, yeah, not Calypso. Yep. There, yeah. So she's scarred up and she's kind of fugly looking. Leader of the Morlocks that lived underground. Yep. So let's see. Yeah, Callisto. Yeah, that's her on the animated series. Yep. Nice hair. Yep. Always a good hair. Yep. So let's see. So Sony's Spider-Man universe. Let's see if they have a listing of movies and how much money they made. Let's see. Yeah, so this is what Tom was talking about. Yeah, Desert co-owning 25% of the film exchange for 25% of the film's profit, retaining the merchandising of the character. MCU Spider-Man cross-semantic universes and appear in Sony's own shared universe as well. This interaction was said to be a call and answer between the two franchises, as acknowledged details between the two and what would loosely be described as a shared detailed universe. But nothing has happened with that though, too, which is crazy. I mean, just you would think that they would want to have their own Spider-Man movie or do one with Garfield, right? Or Tobey Maguire. No Way Home was such a big hit. Why don't they? Do you think they could they do a movie with Maguire or?
I especially now that the No Way Home thing, I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Right. I mean, you would think that would be a no-brainer for Sony. Like, hey, let's. I mean, the nostalgia factor for those characters, like do an older Spider-Man. I mean, wow. So I guess they're doing the Spider Noir TV series. That's part of the, one of those spin-off, the multiverse.
Yeah, that's shooting.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that's shooting, right? Yep. With Nick Cage. Yep. So, yeah, let's see. Well, they don't. Yeah, so Venom was the first one. Carnage, Morbius, Madam Web. I mean, what a disaster! my much better half watched that, and she was telling me, I'm like, why did you watch that, Maureen? And she just came up on my Netflix feed, and I mean, how stupid could they be making that movie and not having Sydney Sweeney in a costume with the other lovely ladies, fighting crime? You just wait to the last 30 seconds. I guess that wasn't that scene kind of thrown in there at the end too? I was reading, or yeah, just morons and idiots. Yep. Yeah, they took their time. They could have Craven meet Ulysses Claw. Exactly right. Do it the right way. Yep. A friend of mine got a Surfer #1 in the mid '80s at a U.S. flea market, which was shown in Mallrats, just not the sign. Just a sign, not the interior. Well, that's a pretty good find. Yep. They are spelled differently, but sound the same, so people often confuse them. Yeah. Initially, that's what I thought. Actually, Phantom. I thought they were talking about Callisto, not Calypso. But yeah, I'd much rather have Calypso around than. Let's see. So you think is this going to put a nail in this Spider-Man villains movies, or do you?
Yeah, I think so.
Think it's right, because they said this is the last Venom movie, right? So
I mean, there's like kernels there if they wanted to go on, but
yeah. So The Last Dance continues directly from the post-credit scene of Spider-Man No Way Home. Okay, yep. Yeah, with the bartender there. Yep. So it sets up Null for future appearances within the SSU in the beginning of that character's story. Well, yeah, because most people here, I'm sure, know the history of Venom and how Peter Parker had screwed, quote unquote, screwed over the reporter that became Venom. It was that revenge factor on Spider-Man and Peter Parker. So that's where they had that connection. And of course, the black costume was from Secret Wars. So Spider-Man, his costume got destroyed, and it turned out that was a symbiote. And it was a great sci-fi, plot where the character is the costume, which was wild. And that black costume was controversial. And of course, our buddy Clobber Times could not stand the black costume. I thought it a place, and I love the classic blue and the red, but with Clobber Times we'd argue over that costume. But so Eddie Brock, of course, gets the symbiote, and tries to terrorize. He does terrorize Spider-Man and Mary Jane, and the Spider-Man can't recognize Venom with his super Spidey sense, which is a huge disadvantage to him. So just a great villain, and really, really interesting. So and the Eddie Brock storyline just added a lot to that character, and his origin, and just it was a great time to be. It's a great time to be reading comics. So I just love those old. Well, now they're old Phantom, right? They're old issues now, right? Yeah. So and of course the Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic helps defeat Venom. So if we'd gotten that as a movie, it was just would have been fantastic. So you could tie in the if you had the actually able to do that, that would be fantastic. So it's just and of course the horror of now they can do that with CGI, which is the Venom, how scary he is as a creature. Yep. So well, there's two L's in Callisto. Yep. I hated the Superman in black. Yeah, I didn't like the black costume. The Spider-Man would kind of fit in that Secret Wars, and he didn't have it for too long, thankfully. So, and Phantom says, didn't Sony announce that Kraven was the last Spider thing for the Spidey villain universe? That's what we're wondering. Yep, Tom thinks so. Yep. And hail to Brogu. Hey, Brogu, good to see you on Sunday night. Yep. So so I guess that's enough of Craven, but let's see. The following is a list of known film projects that were in development. Yeah, the Centers of Six, and they were trying to cram those together. And my God, that Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie. Oh God, that was so horrible. Jamie Foxx as Electro. It was just a disaster. Yeah. Night Watch. They were going to do a film based on Night Watch. Wow, jackpot. I just do Spider-Man. You got Spider-Man. Yeah. So just a film set around Mysterio, I guess. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that now. Then yep. And it's just or an MCU starring Spider-Man. Aunt May was suggested. Sony had scheduled an unspecified film to release in 2025. Yeah, so I think it's mostly it's probably almost all dead now, right? Yeah. How did Peter? Well, no, in his mind, Eddie Brock. So in his mind, Peter Parker screwed him over. That's what I meant, Phantom. Yeah, not. Eddie Brock was cheating, but in he wanted revenge on Peter Parker. So quote unquote, if that's the villain, right? The villain never thinks he did anything wrong, right? So it's all Spider-Man's fault, all Peter Parker's fault. Nothing that he did, typical villain. Yep. So so it's a huge disaster, but Craven does have good abs, I guess, though, but it worked out hard for a bad a bad movie, but yeah, it's not a surprise that this is doing that well yet. So I guess it's the lowest opening ever. Madam Web was 15 million. Some of the franchise's lowest ever marks. 15% on Rotten Tomatoes and grade C from Cinema Score. Ouch. So yeah, time to go in a different direction. Yep. So yeah, so it's an R-rated film. Yeah, this will be streaming pretty soon. I bet. Yeah, yeah. You'll be able to get this pretty soon. Yep. But don't not gonna be something that ever. Yeah, I didn't bother watching those last two. Watching those last two Venom movies, so it just shows you how disinterested I was.
Yeah, there's nothing really. Yeah, I mean, do I feel like I would have missed out on something had I never seen them? No.
Right? I mean, yeah, I still have. Eventually, I'll get around to watching it, but yeah, it just wasn't something that I was like, oh, can't wait to watch this. So yeah. So why don't we do? We're not going to go famous last words too long tonight, but we'll do a couple of enabling things. So why don't we? I'm going to do a shameless plug and show my Christmas list. Now, I'm not expecting anything from anyone, just to be clear, but I'd figured I'd show what was on my. And I always do, like, everyone jokes, but I have the most fun Christmas list or something that's easy to. I'm always the easiest person to buy for. It's like now my kids want sweaters and stuff. It's like, or gift cards for Amazon. Uber boring. So so here's what's on my Christmas list, and maybe this will do some enabling for you, and maybe Tom will help rate these. Rut-row, yep. So of course I'm a huge, massive Hallmark ornament lover. So I just spent like 3 hours putting first box of Hallmark ornaments on the tree. So I don't know if you've seen. You did buy a few Hallmark ornaments this year, right, Tom? You'd posted a few you'd gotten that looked pretty cool. But Star Wars: A New Hope shut down the garbage mashers. Have you seen that one? Or
I think so. A long time. How old is it? Is it newer?
This is current. This is
okay,
current.
Then yeah, no, I probably haven't seen it then.
Yeah. So this I saw it. Well, they were talking about it at Comic-Con. They had like a card up, like coming soon. But Hallmark is killing it. I mean, they're doing awesome. So they've got shut down the garbage mashers, and the damn thing moves together. It's amazing. Let's see if let me copy that link. Well, let me pull up Hallmark on my other screen here. But we'll go through the list quick, and then if anyone wants to see any of these ornaments in person. But and we've got Ghostbusters roast 'em ornament. I mean, even my kids were like, "Oh, that was pretty cool." So I'm hoping I get some of these, and from my kids or family. Star Trek the Motion Picture ornament. So these were just awesome ornaments that Hallmark has going. Yep. Oh, Debug got the Blake Sevens Blu-rays today. Luckily that had all the discs. Thank God. Yep, that's good. Yep. Well, I just want to make clear. I appreciate that, Phantom. Yeah, if someone wouldn't. Yeah, I shouldn't have said it that way, but you're right. Yep. So, but yeah, he's the bad guy. Yeah, there's no doubt. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, Superman's black costume was only there to increase his intake of solar radiation to speed his recovery. Once he was back to full health, he went to his normal suit. Yep. And Johnson is like Taylor Kitsch, failed at John Carter and Gambit Johnson, failed at Quicksilver. Peter's better and Craven. Yep. Quicksilver wasn't his fault. Peter had the better writers. LOL. Yep. So yeah, so this Blake 7 Blu-ray, season 1. That's going to be something I'd love to have, and I guess some of this is filmed on videotape. It was all video, so I'm more looking forward to the special features since I have DVD copy. I guess I don't know if they upscaled it or what they did, but they're probably limited because the original was on videotape. But looking forward to that. This is I love to cook, so this is a new cooking by ThermoWorks, and It's an RF probe. So what you do, you put, this is the transmitter. You put that next to your grill, and they've got these small little, it's not Bluetooth, but it transmits with this transmitter, so it has much better range than Bluetooth. Because I have one that uses Bluetooth, and it kind of phone knocks off, you lose connection. So this is like a super duper version. Of course, the best Batmobile there is, right? The classic TV Batmobile Lego.
That's the Lego one.
Lego one, yeah. So that just looks really cool. Yep. Star Wars: A New Hope. This was, we have, I don't know if you have a fireplace, but we have stockings with our kids' names on them hanging by the fireplace. And my wife has found some really cool, stocking hangers with like trains and elves and like these really big like resin statues, and they got to be heavy to hold the stockings. And I'm like, we need a couple of, like maybe we get a couple new ones. I'm like, well, they do have a Star Wars X-wing fighter stocking ornament hanger. You can see you can hang the stocking here. She's like, over my dead body, but it's still on my list. So maybe Santa Claus will bring it. Yep. Hey, Lenrod. Hey, late but here now. No one's ever late. We've got no timelines here. Yep. I saw these cute little play school figures that were the Star Trek crew the other. Oh yeah, they are selling those from Playmobil. They are selling those separately as a kit. And there's also one called like Little People. I'm trying to remember there's another that might be what you're talking about too. It's a whole line, like they've got the Friends, they've got Seinfeld, they've got a lot of TV shows, and they're like little kind of like play school figures. Yep, they are very cute. Yep. Of course, The Year Without a Santa Claus. Hello, this is Mrs. Claus ornament. Star Wars 3PO and R2D2. That's great. Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, making the classic film. Now this, God, I'd love to have this machine. The Galaga, we were talking about that. I'd mentioned that to you before. The 14 games on there, all the versions of Galaga. Love that. I'd love to have that. Batman, another great Batman. How cool is that? That's perfect for a tree. Batman scaling the tree with Robin there, the classic 66. And now this ornament, Batman, the classic TV series to the Batcave, this was released like 3 years ago, and they had so many problems with it not working that they had to recall it, or they stopped selling it. And hey, RobAltis, hail. And now they're selling it again. So let's see if I copy the link here. Let me see if it's still available, because some of these things I put on my list for family, and I'm like, yep. Oh, it's out of stock. Oh God, I hope someone bought that for me, because it was in stock. It's one of those that, like, do you buy it for do you buy it for yourself, right? And let's see, out of stock. But that's so cool. So they go down the bat pole, so the top opens and closes, and they become they change into Batman and Robin, the quick change right there with the Bat computer. So I hope someone got me that. The Year Without a Santa Claus, Snow Miser, and Heat Miser. These were some artists that I had met at Comic-Con. They have like all cool pop culture stuff. So there was like really cool Spock. It's all handmade wooden decorations. I've shown the few that I got that day at Comic-Con. Yep. And Lenrod says, the cat has decided to make a home under my house. It won't be quiet. Hey, Zacharit, how's it going? Great to see you. Seen anything more about Jamie? It's supposed to be released from the hospital. I have not seen anything else. I didn't see anything else on his Twitter, but my understanding was he was doing okay. So knock on wood. I hope that's still the case. Yep. See here. I would love to put up Christmas decorations. Presently, it's just me at home. Well, you can still do it if it's just you at home, right? Get yourself into the holiday spirit with some decorations. Yep. That clear thing looks out of place. Oh, that's for, as we joke, sous vide. That's for it's something. There's a couple of there's two practical items on here. There's a cooking probe, and this is a container when you're doing sous vide cooking. it just it's better than a pot because there's more area in there, and then you put the it's got a cover so it helps keep the heat in. So I had to put a couple practical things on the list. Yep, the Dungeons and Dragons mini mates. Love that 80s Dungeons and Dragons series. So I think they've got the heroes and the villains. So I'd love to snag those. This is very cool. This is Mega, the Beatles building set. 70s would love this, I'm sure, as a gift to Courtney. Yep. Sorry if I'm missing people. I'm mainly listening, but hi to all. Well, thank you, Courtney. Yep. I'm sure no one would no one better give you any grief. Yep. And Lenrod says, "Oh, that makes sense." Yep. So this is like a Beatles first appearance on Ed Sullivan. I don't think it's Lego. I think it's Mega Bloks. But damn, that looked cool. There's a new version of the Atari 2600 that you can hook up to modern TVs and use your old cartridges and use the old joystick. So that'd be fun retro gaming system to have. And I do have all the ROMs, and I do have the Atari VCS, but it's just something old school classic about using those old joysticks and just that 8-bit heaven. Yeah. And if you're a kid of the 70s, you remember the great Lego sets, the space Lego. So they'd reintroduce the Galaxy Explorer. Retro Blasting had a great video on this set. So that's some of this. Oh, another practical item. I'm not going to have too many practical items, but in between Firestar and Loki, we've got a mini food chopper. Bunsen, Honeydew, and Beaker. Got to have some Muppets on the list. Thor versus Destroyer. I don't like this version of Thor, but I think that's the only way you can get the Destroyer. And D-Bud, I'm sure, has this Marvel Legends Iron Man gold version. And a cooking probe. It's a cookbook. I got to clip that. It's a cookbook. The great Outer Limits series where aliens come to visit, and when they finally decipher the language, there are the guys back on a an exchange program, and turns out it's a cookbook on how to cook man. Yep. Saw the Atari thing at Walmart, but didn't have Frogger. Well, this version can actually play all the cartridges. So if you did have a Frogger cartridge, you can play it. It comes with a cartridge with 10 games on it. Let me copy the link over. I can show that real quick. So it's a 2600 plus. Includes one joystick, $130, and I think. How do I get $60 cash back if I buy one? Wow. What did the Atari cost back in the day? Was it about $130 or $200? I'll have to look in one of my Sears catalogs, but yeah, so it comes with this game with or cartridge, I should say, with Adventure, Combat Dodge'em, Haunted House, Maze Craze, Missile Command, Volleyball, Surround, Pinball, and Yar's Revenge. So out of all those games, I'd say Yar's Revenge is probably the best. Combat's a classic, classic good game. Adventure is fun too. All right, Missile Command's good. Okay, so some good games on there. Yeah, there's so I guess let's see. Oh, you can do 700 to 800 games too. So and you can also hook up the paddle to it too. So and like I said, any of your old games. So really cool. Yeah, I mean you can get an emulator, but or have one of those knockoffs that have. Well, it's not a knockoff, but it's a license that has all the games in it. But I think this is, to my knowledge, is the only one that'll play with the cartridges. Yep. And Lenrod has two 2600s, a big one and the 82 Junior as well. Yeah, mine shit the bed, unfortunately. My 2600, I tried to play it a few years ago. I think probably the capacitors leaked, so I should attempt to repair on it. But well, Firestar was voiced by the older sister in Family Affair. I did not know that yet. And Rob says Missile Command, Space Invaders, and Drive were my favorites. Yeah, I played Space Invaders a lot, and Missile Command was really good on that 2600 too. I have to say that was a fun game on the 2600. But my favorite all time was the baseball game. It was a 2-player game, but I spent hours playing that. God. Of course, we've got Patch and Joe Fixit, Wolverine in disguise. No one will recognize him with that patch there. Spider-Man, Mary Jane, Watson, and Green Goblin 2-pack from the animated series. And of course, you can never have too many Iron Man, so you got to have you got a gold and the gray here, right, D-Bud? So we've got Model 1 in the silver or gray. And of course, we can see what shows I like. Yeah, so more Marvel Legends, Spider-Man, His Amazing Friends, Iron Fist and Luke Cage, and of course the old school Nick Fury with Doug in there. Yep, Shield 3-pack. Another Joe Fixit, right? So you got Joe Fixit with the Tommy gun, and here that's the from the Wolverine series. Sam the Eagle and Rizzo the Rat. We got Juggernaut here. And Colossus, so and of course more Star Wars ornaments. This set is now out of print now. I waited too long. I kept waiting to buy it, and it's out of print now. So I'm gonna have to buy it. Oh, fantasy, it was to serve man. It was actually just to serve. Yeah, the title was to serve man. Yeah, yeah. That thought it was a good omen. Yeah, it's a cookbook. It's a cookbook. Yeah. And Donnie says, "Oh, the memories." Yep, yep. And Leno says, "I played the crap out of Centipede." Yep. And of course, we've got Spider-Man. Basically, this is for the Razorback figure, who appeared in Peter Parker: Spectacular Spider-Man. Was it number 13 or one of those in the teens there? And that was one of the comic books my grandpa bought back for me, so I have his first appearance. So I don't think you can buy Razorback separately. So that's set there. Of course, Gandalf the Grey. Another trash compactor scene done by Lego. Now this would be fun to have. I think the Batcave entrance bust, Shakespeare. We've got that's Loki. That was Loki was turned into a female as punishment by. So yeah, you wouldn't have that. It wouldn't have that happen today yet. But that's a female Loki. Get some Beta Ray Bill. We got Invisible Jet, Thanos, Abbey Road. These deluxe sets are really cool if you're Beatles fans. Yep. Oh, Courtney said my PS5 came in the mail on Friday, so that I won on King Philip's Gaming Channel. Oh, amazing! Wow, I haven't even opened it up yet. I also won a 1-year subscription to PS Live and a gift card to buy my first game. Well, that's amazing, Courtney. You know what you got to do? You've got to install Fortnite for free, and you got to play some Fortnite with us on Friday night. That'd be awesome. So congratulations, that's awesome. Yep. So yeah, you're gonna have fun with that. Yep. Oh, there's space dust on that book cover. It actually says "How to Serve for 40 Humans." Yeah. And now Loki can get the government to do it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So and of course we've got Firelord. I don't have Firelord, so I got to get Firelord to go with my my huge Galactus figure. And fan of course the Alan Davis Excalibur run, the Cross Time Caper, which never ended, but Shadowcat, Captain Brigand, and Megan there. So alternative, and of course we've got the dragon there, Super Adaptoid, of course, a cool figure there. And this saw at Comic-Con. This is one of McFarlane's great covers from Incredible Hulk brought to life. He's been doing that now.
It's pretty
cool.
Of
course,
yeah,
that is really cool. Yeah, some of these are must buy, so want to have, but these are that is really cool, really cool. Yeah, and that Gray Hulk. It was a great twist on the character by Peter David, and Ulrich the Troll. Some more villains for Thor to fight, and of course you got to have Wolverine from Deadpool, right? So. Yeah, because Deadpool and Wolverine didn't make enough money. So there's my birthday list. But I thought that would be fun to show a little bit enabling. And yeah, let's look at the Hallmark real quick. Let me see that Star Wars. I'm bummed that Batman that ornament is sold out. I hope if my family's not watching. I hope one of you guys got that for me. Oh, they got Kugon Jin here. Okay, that looks cool. Yep. My friend, shout out to my friend Larry, looks just like Liam Nielsen. He's got the same beard and hair, so I should get that for Larry as a joke gift. Yep. But they've got Mandalorian glasses. Yeah, so I just wanted to see. Yeah, we could watch how the video for this one. I think did they put a video in it? Yeah, here we go. No volume, but we'll watch. This is such a great idea for. I mean, it's more like a toy than a than a Christmas ornament. Keep that on the shelf. Don't just stand there. Try and brace it with something. So they got the dialogue. I probably could play the dialogue, but so I just love the way that they're getting crunched together, and they got the dialogue from the film. So yeah, some of these I just leave on my shelf all year because they're so cool. And yeah, it's like, yeah, this is. What do you think, Tom? Does this classify as an ornament or a toy or a collectible? Right? I mean, so
both.
right? They're diplomatic, yeah. Well, it does have the hanger here, right? So you can hang it.
I mean, looking at the hanger, I can kind of tell the scale. It doesn't look that big, but then again, considering it does that, that's still pretty cool.
Right? I mean, shut down all the garbage dispensers on the detention lounge. Shut them down. Yeah, and then 3PO thinks they're dead. Yeah. So, but no, just great work by Hallmark to come out with something like that. So, I mean, that's just really, really cool. Yeah, they're dying, R2. They're dying. That classic scene. So yeah, so that's that sucker ain't cheap. That's 70 smackerels. Wow. So not cheap, but just a cool cool ornament. Yeah. So we got Chewbacca slippers. Wow. Yeah, there's that R2D. Oh, it does that. Oh, they do speak. Okay. Yep. That looks cool. Yep. Not buying this from the Darth Vader Obi-Wan show. No interested in that. Yep. Yeah, a lot of merchandise in here. Yep. This is a pretty cool. Yeah, Luke. That's pretty cool. Yep. So what you bought? What did you buy this year, Tom? You bought Gremlins. You got Gremlins ornament, I think, and what you snagged a couple other ones, or
I shared a pic in the DM group.
yeah, you shared a pic.
It.
Yeah, that was in that's in our Sunday Night Geekery. Man. Let me see. Let me share that. Yep. Let me scroll back up. Yep. And Grogu looks suspiciously like a gremlin, I think, doesn't he? Here we go. Here's the top. Let's see. Open a new window. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. There we go. Oh, this is cool. Yep. So you got Gizmo. That's awesome. And you got the turtle. Oh, I like that. That's a nice. Yeah, that's a great turtle ornament there. And the fragile leg lamp. Does the Pac-Man game play, or does it? No, it just got the screen on it, right? Your Pac-Man ornament there. That doesn't light up, or it's just this. It's just it's not playable. I'm assuming.
No, it's just no. It was one of the cheaper ones. I don't even think that's a Hallmark one, honestly.
It's not Hallmark, yeah. No, but that's great. I love that. Yeah.
No, it's pretty cool looking though. Yeah,
that is really cool. Yeah, so that's a pretty good haul. Yep. Are these this year? Is this this year, or was that? I guess. Yeah, that's just these are new ornaments, I guess, right? Or yeah, those are nice. Yep. It's a Gizmo. Great character. Yeah. But Hallmark is just what a really got a lot of great stuff going on from their IP. Yep. Well, that's cool. Or wasn't this a different cover you were saying, or that this doesn't match the movie poster? Or I'm trying to remember now. On Gremlins here, let's see, 40th anniversary ornament with light.
No, it's not that one.
It was a different
one.
I
don't have that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that one there on the left though, the 991. That's the one I got.
Yeah. With this one here, yep. Okay. Oh, this lights up, I guess, with sound. Yep. Those are the movie poster. Yep. Yep. And you get a shatterproof. Yeah. Throw them around. Yep. Yep. So, but check out Hallmark. Yeah, it's if you like these ornaments, if you like going down the rabbit hole of trying to collect them. Back in the day, they only had a few of them, and now they, depending on the IP, they've got a ton of them. Yeah. So a lot of fun. Yeah. Very cool stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So one of the other things I wanted to do was I got to hang out with Retro Nerd Girl. She came over to my channel on Friday night. We watched some classic movies, and she'd never seen the Twilight Zone episode Night of the Meek, and she was blown away by that. So I was glad to get her to see that. But and then what I wanted to do was before we will be the last thing we do tonight was you had that tier. I'd never seen that tier list before, Tom. That was just like super cool. The that
Really? You've never seen those? Those are like they were like everybody was doing them like last year, I think it was, or the year before. Like that's what I remember. Last time I did one was on Yellow Flashes.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. So you had so I figured we'd do one for the Rankin Bass ones. It'd be fun to do. I know you just kind of did this on your show, but this is just Rankin Bass.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, you and I actually know these. A lot of the people on my show didn't know half of these.
Didn't know half of them. Yeah, and I was out.
And I didn't put all of them on there. I just put the more well-known ones on.
The more well-known ones. Yeah, yeah. So I was out at a meet, but thank you for the invite. But I got back late late that night.
No,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have definitely had you on though, because you'd have at least seen some of these things. A lot of the other guys just like, I don't know what that is.
What is this, right? Yep. So, but here's what's so the way this works. I guess everyone's seen it except me, because I was like, what are the rankings? What do the rankings mean here? So, but
yeah, I don't like their ranking system. I don't see why it's not just A B C D E F or A B C D F, or I don't get why you have to have a goat tier or what the deal is. I don't know.
Yeah, because shouldn't it be the same?
You can add another tier. How did you add another tier?
No, this was you just look for I just
that somebody already did one. Maybe somebody had one. I didn't know. I was really novice when I found it. I didn't find it. Somebody else. I mean, I knew about it, but I'd never used it before.
Yeah, so you can do here, like you could do, say, like Christmas movies, right? Or I'll just put in Christmas.
Well, that's what I thought I did, but I couldn't find anything popping up, and I just couldn't understand it. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, you had a lot of movies probably that went up on other ones. So
potentially, I mean, I tried to find just about every one that just about most people know about that weren't religious based.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing, as I said, once you dive into the religious based Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Excuse me, we'll be here till next Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, I spelled Christmas wrong.
Because there was a few I thought about putting on there, like the Nativity Story and a few other ones that were actually pretty popular. But I'm like, once I open that floodgate.
Yeah, then you're so let's see here. I think I found one that did have quite a few come on, Mark. Learn to type. Let's see here. We got like a Christmas song. Ultimate, here we go, like 105 movies. Ultimate tier, but like, do they have Die Hard on
wow,
here?
Yeah. Well, they've got.
Wow, this is a huge.
They got shit like Shazam.
I forgot that Shazam on there.
I even forgot that took place at Christmas. No, yeah, Friday After Next. I forgot about that one. Honestly, I would have grabbed this one if I'd have known about it. This has just about everything I can see on here. Is
got Scrooge, Christmas. It's even got my favorite Scrooge. Yeah, with the
George C. Scott one, which I did put on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
I didn't have like SpongeBob Christmas, but
what's not a bad list? So like a He-Man on there.
Yeah, I would have put that one on there if I'd have thought.
Because when you and they've even got Ernest Saves Christmas.
I had that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you had to go through and actually add all these.
Yeah, I did it myself. I thought that's what I had to do.
That's a lot of work. Yeah, that's a lot of work. Yeah.
But honestly,
Miser Brothers Christmas.
Outside of some of the older stuff, I think they've got most of the stuff I had here. Most, not all. I mean, I think there's. I'd have to go through and thoroughly look, but they got most of the. I would have started with this one. I didn't know Home Alone 3 took place at Christmas. I thought that one was just.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Jack Frost, Santa Claus coming to. Yeah. So I wonder if you can edit it. I guess you can edit it, but that's pretty cool. Yeah. So let's go back to. Let's see. So let's grab our Rankin Bass one here. So I guess, can I change this? What can I do here? Oh, delete row. Yeah, let's say so. Delete row. Or I guess if you want to compare it to other people, but yeah, we'll just leave it. But I guess you can delete them. So I guess you can submit this and then share it. So Trading Places. Yeah, Trading Places is considered a Christmas movie. Yeah, right. Short part that takes place during Christmas. Yep. And Deadman says, yeah, tier list was great time. Yeah, that was a great show. Yep. And Ledron is not a Grogu fan. Yep. How is the Acolyte merchandise selling? Probably just as well as the Roach Tico merchandise. But all right, so the way this works is, I guess, and I've never done this before. I guess so if you click on a movie, you can just drag it. You can drag it, I guess. So how do I do this now? Let's see if I click. Oh, so I can just drop it on there. Oh, so we can vote. So this is let's pick. We'll start with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Rankin Bass classic. Now, can I?
I think that'd be top certified classic. Yeah,
right. I think that's
one of the all-time greats.
Up there. You just drag it up. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, and then
I had to adjust. I had to adjust the size of my screen just to kind of get everything.
Yeah, because you had a huge list here. I'll zoom in on that so we can
zoom out or whatever you call it.
Yeah, and big in that. Yeah, so I guess what's the alignment chart do? Sorry, we're doing. Oh, you could create a list. Okay, that's how you create a list. Yep. And I guess in the end, you could share this on Facebook or share on Twitter, right? You could share it out. Yep. So let's see. Let's go. This is Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. Now, this is probably, we should do. We'll give the chat a chance to. Oh, Deadman, super chat here. By the way, Tom, I like Love Actually, mainly because of Bill Nighy. Yes, it's cheesy, but I like it. Well, let's play. Let's play some thank yous for that. So here we go.
I like you a lot.
He plays with toys.
It's a model.
With little figures.
Groovy. Relax. All right? My old man is a television repairman. Got this ultimate set of tools. I can fix it.
I can fix it.
Get to the chopper!
And thank you so much, Deadman. Much appreciated. Yep. And you can like Love Actually, right? Yep. Ebenezer Bleep is the bestest Xmas classic. Hey, models are cool. Yes, they are, right? Yep. All right, so Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. So I guess the way we could do this, in the chat, you can vote A, B, C, D, F. I don't know what Santa Baby means. What the heck is that? That's really bad, or we'll do A. I'm gonna get rid of these tiers here. Let's see. Delete row. Let's make this simple. Not that many versions. So you can vote A, B, C, D, or F. Yep. So Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. That was a pretty fun one, I thought. Have you seen that one, Tom, or Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July?
Yeah, where are we at here?
We just have A, B, C, D, or F. So we'll
the Christmas in July one is not very good. It's sub level, probably C.
C. Yep. So we'll throw
one of the mid level ones, probably.
Mid level, yeah. It's not bad. Yeah. Cricket on the Hearth. No one.
This is a tough one. Some people really love it.
Yeah,
and it is based on another Dickens story, but it is so boring in some spots. Like it's one of the longer specials. It's actually one of the feature length specials. So it is outside of the animation, which I think Chuck Jones was the director for. It's really a tedious watch. So I'd still put it in that B, at least C range. I think the audience, you'd have to ask them otherwise.
Yeah. Has anyone seen this? The Cricket on the Hearth. I started watching it the other day again. It's been a long time since I saw it, but yeah, it's I'm gonna go with the C on that one, unless anyone in the chat has seen this one, but just you can type in the letter to make it easy. But we'll go with the C on that one, I think. Yep. Okay, now Jack Frost. Has anyone? We'll move on to Jack Frost. Anyone seen Jack Frost in the chat? That's another I'd say obscure Rankin and Bass one, but I know Retro Nerd Girl loved Jack Frost, so and it's not it's not the live action Jack Frost with Batman in it. But I don't know. Let's see if anyone in the chat has anyone in the chat seen Jack Frost. This was one that wasn't played as much as a kid. I don't know. Do you remember seeing this one that often, or usually it was the Rudolph ones?
A few times. I'm trying to vaguely remember the whole premise of it. I think it has something to do with the first Christmas snow deal and whatever.
Yeah,
Jack Frost is born on a snowflake, and yeah, it's probably again, and sadly in that sea level range.
So they've got to. He's trying to extend winter by 6 weeks. So there's like a love story in there, and so there's a whole, Jack's asking Father Winter if he can become human to be with the girl that he falls in love with. So it's I remember seeing just a few times as a kid, but I think I'm probably gonna say it's it's a good movie if you see it, but it's not one of those real well-known ones. But I guess I went into the copyright was lax on it, so they might have lost the copyright to it. But now I guess it went into public domain. But no, then Rankin Bass took it. They took it back. Yep. But some people had published it separately. But I'm probably gonna go with that C range on Jack Frost. Retro Nerd Girl would like she loved that one. She said. Okay, so then we've got another obscure one, I guess. The Rankin Bass had ton of these specials. So Pinocchio's Christmas. This was 1980, and premiered on ABC, and it's on Freeform and AMC right now. So it's another. Of course, everyone thinks of Disney and Pinocchio, but Disney made all their money on public domain characters that they've since copyrighted their versions of the characters. And I've only seen this one a couple of times, but of course that animation is really is really well done. Do you remember seeing this one, Tom, or
the Pinocchio one? Yeah, it's all right. I have a personal bias towards Pinocchio, but I don't know if many people really dig it. It's weird how much they get away with it feeling almost kind of like a not quasi sequel to the original Disney Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Like on the cusp of copyright. Like I can't remember what the cricket's name is, but like
what is the cricket's name?
I'm trying to remember because I don't think they call him, obviously they can't call him Jiminy, but I'm trying to remember.
Let's say Talking Cricket. They just say Talking Cricket.
Yeah, I think he's just called Cricket. Yeah.
Cricket, right? Yeah.
Which I think is what he's called in the original book. Or is he called Jiminy Cricket in the book?
I can't remember.
I don't think he is.
Yeah,
I don't think he is. I think that's a Disney creation. I'd probably put it in the B or C.
A bit, yeah.
I mean, I kind of know where I land on most of these, so yeah.
I'll put in the B. That was pretty charming. Yep. Okay,
if you remember, well, that's the top tier.
It's been a long, yeah. Well, let's move it to this. Yeah, the C. I think the C. Yeah. But it was it's when you come across it too. It's like, oh, I didn't know this existed. This is fun.
Yeah, it's kind of whatever. But Frosty's got to go right up next to Rudolph.
Yeah, of course. Frosty's next to everyone.
And is that which Santa Claus? Well, that's not Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That's a different one.
Let's see which one.
The Life
and Adventures of Santa Claus.
Yeah, it's when they kind of redid it's the same kind of thing, but it's a little different. It's not as good as Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
No, but this was when Retro Nerd Girl was hadn't was trying to get on DVD, and there's some great box sets out now too. I'll put the link in.
Yeah, I've got the Blu-ray box set that just come out last year, but yeah.
And hell, Oliver and Bella. Sorry, I was off the screen reading some stuff, but greetings all in attendance. Mark Tom, who is your favorite male Hollywood singer that sang the best Christmas songs? Bing Crosby, Perry Como, or Pat Boone? Well, I'll let Tom go first. I've got an idea on who I'd say. Who would be your favorite male Hollywood singer? Does it have to be one of those three, or can be anyone?
I guess of all those three, if I have to pick of those three, probably Bing Crosby.
Yeah. I would say Bing Crosby too.
But Hollywood sang the best Xmas song. I mean, there's more than that. I would say that, yeah. But,
yeah.
If I had to pick out of those three, that'd be my pick.
Yeah, and Cuomo's got some great classics too. But Bing, White Christmas. It's just you listen to his Christmas albums. Is all-time classic American singer. One of my favorite songs is Bing Crosby with David Bowie, the Little Drummer Boy version, and then David Bowie thought the Little Drummer Boy song was so ridiculous they wrote that Peace on Earth riff form just for that TV show, and David Bowie was trying to make another quote unquote a comeback at the time, and maybe cleaning up his image a little bit, and it's interesting when you read about that, but God, what a fantastic duet that was. And I think it only exists, the quality of the tape isn't the best, but I think it was recorded just for TV. I don't think they ever did it a multi-track version. Of course, now with that new tech, they could clean it up.
I'm not sure on that 100%. Yeah, now that you mention it, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I know I have it somewhere on a disc somewhere, but I guess I never really listened to the quality to tell if it was just like from a live recording like that, or if it was actually
it's just
recording.
My understanding is just a live. It was that live TV recording.
Probably was.
I don't think that.
Now that you
wasn't
mention it, I've always seen it, and it sounds the same. So yeah, I guess I never really put two and two. I never knew that, or put two and two together. I guess.
But it sounds good. So I mean, it was just his voices. God, their voices together, and I think
it's weird.
Crosby died pretty soon after that, if I'm not mistaken.
After
that Christmas special. Yep. And Phantom puts Cricket to see. Okay, yeah, we've got to see. Yep. And then several of those I've never seen, and most haven't seen since the 70s. We only see Rudolph and sometimes Year Without a Santa Claus every year. B on Frost, but it's okay, not an A. Well, we're going to be okay. We'll go with Phantom with a B on Frost, and we'll listen to the great Phantom then. Yep. But this one I'd probably put. It's kind of long. It's an interesting take on Santa Claus, but I would. What do you think? A B for that, or a C for The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus? I think that was the last one they did too.
I don't remember it well enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of remember it being a decent. Again, now most of these are going to probably fall in that C range, unfortunately. So yeah. I guess C. I don't know, because I don't remember it well enough, but I don't remember disliking it. So
yeah, it's not that. It's not bad, but it's not one of those ones that you waited to see, and then you were like, oh, I can't wait to catch this one. Yeah. Now this one I don't remember. The Leprechaun's Christmas Gold. Do you remember this one? Leprechaun's Christmas
Vaguely,
Gold?
But I don't remember it being all that great.
Yeah.
So I'd probably put that one down in the D range.
Hey, let's put that in the D, yeah.
That's like really stretching it.
I gotta do a watch through again on some of these.
Doing a crossover for fucking
yeah.
It's bad enough. You got Rudolph and Frosty can't be out in July. What the hell? Like,
right? Yeah.
Happy 4th of July. And he gets married too. Oh, that's that one. Oh shit. I wonder if that one should go in the B range. You know what? Let's put that one up in the B.
Yeah.
Now that I remember, that's the one where he gets a wife. Yeah, because I think Shelley Winters plays his wife. That's right. And they actually have the original voice back and everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the sequel to that one, I think. Because there's another Frosty one down there. I think that's where or is this the one where he actually got married?
This is that's Let's check here. That
They did a few of them. That's what I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. So what's the plot on this one? Yep. Powerful evil snow wizard named Winterbolt caused havoc on the North Pole until Lady Boreal, Queen of the Northern Lights, put him in a deep sleep. Years later, Winterbolt awakens and Boreal transfers the last of her power into Rudolph's red nose when he is born, which will stop glowing if it's ever used for evil. Winterbolt learns of this and plans to dispose of Rudolph. Meanwhile, an ice cream man named Milton arrives in a hot air balloon and tells Rudolph and Frosty that he plans to marry Lily Lorraine's daughter, Laline, if they star in the Circus by the Sea to get the circus out of debt. You always got to save the circus, right?
So Frosty does get married in that one?
Yeah, let's see. There's too much to read here, but let's see.
Yeah, that's the one I think it is. That one's all right. That one's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I remember enjoying
It's the
that
Frosty New Year one that's kind of meh.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So, hey, Agent Atwood's here. Hello. And Ledron says, bah humbug. F for it all. I hate Xmas. LOL. He's got an LOL. Yep. And Wes Gagel, hail to Wes Gagel, says, The Year Without a Santa Claus, the best Christmas special. Yeah, that's one of the ones we watched with Retro Nerd Girl. Yeah, that's a classic. Hey, Lisa's here. Let's put we can put our Lisa, we can have her Supergirl icon in the chat there. Here we go. And she says, yeah, the Rankin Bass are all A's, right? Yep. Deadman says Frosty's just a puddle. Yep. And Phantom says Bing died a few weeks after that and was filmed September 77, and Bing died October 14th, 77. Yeah, I thought it was pretty soon after. Yep. And Lisa's saying hi. Yep. So Lisa, we're ranking these. So Santa Claus is coming to town. Yeah, that's an easy A, right? I mean, there's no right, Tom? I mean, no debating that one, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's a topper.
That's a topper, yeah. It's Topper the Penguin in that one too. Yep.
Actually, it might be now that you mentioned that.
Yeah, right. Let's say Santa Baby. What the heck is
That's
Santa
a
Baby?
horrible one. That is the worst. That was one that was made, I think, way after the company was closed down and they produced it together, but it was so bad. I think I'd watched like 10 minutes of it.
I've never seen that one. We'll put in the
It might even be on that. It might even be on that box set.
Yeah, I gotta pull up the box set when we're done with this, but yeah, I don't remember seeing that. Ever seeing that one Santa Baby?
It was made in the like either late 90s or early aughts, like way after the studio had closed and everything.
Okay, so they had
and it's really cheap ass animation.
And it's animation, yep. So yeah, ouch. That's painful. Yep. So we'll put that in the F then. Yep. Let's see. I got a list of Rankin Bass movies here. Let's see. So let me put this in the chat for everyone too, so you can see the list on the, Wikipedia is good for this stuff. So, all right, The Little Drummer Boy. I'm talking about how much I love that song. I'm voting an A. What do you think of that one, Tom? Little Drummer.
Yeah, that's
Boy.
top tier.
That's a top. Yeah. There's no debate on that. Oh, let me drag him up here. And that's just song. It's just marvelous. Yeah.
Probably we still even know that song because of that movie, whatever
right?
it is.
Yeah.
There's even a sequel to that, I thought. Where's the...
Yeah, there is.
There it is, right there. Yeah, okay.
They have it on there. Yep.
Book 2, yep.
Book 2, yep. Little Drummer is Rankin, says Lisa. Yep. So let's see here. This one, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Tree?
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
That
one does not... It looks like Chuck Jones would have done this. It was probably around the same time as that's Chuck Jones writing. Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, what? So let's see. I'm trying to find it on the list of.
So it's probably around the same time as Cricket on the Hearth, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it on this list of Rankin Bass. I wonder if I don't remember seeing that one. Let me see. First Christmas. Let's see. Let me find this one here. Let's see. A Christmas Tree, Rankin Bass. Let me search for that. But yeah, I'm guessing the chat. I'm guessing it was 1972. So yeah, I don't even remember seeing this one. A Christmas here. Wow. Let's see. Is it still still available for sale. It's on VHS tape, $36. Wow, so out of not a very popular one. So what do you think we should put that under? We don't have any votes in the chat, so I'm guessing put that under an F, I guess, or since no one has seen it, or
I don't want to do that because it looks like Chuck Jones made it, but I guess put it in the D range because we just don't know it. I don't know if somebody else knows something about it and can, and verify and be like, yeah, I think it's really good and blah, blah, blah. I've just never heard of it, never seen it. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. I'm just, See,
because that's the thing is I know Charles Dickens would do a Christmas story like every year. And I guess that's something that always bothered him was that he only had the one that ever was famous, but I guess there's a bunch of them he has. So like Rankin and Bass has done a few, evidently.
Yeah. So this is special from 1972. Aired as part of their Festival Christmas Classic TVs, which ran between 72 and 73.
Okay, so yeah, it sounds about right. 72, 73, yeah.
So they did Snow White, Robinson Crusoe, Cinderella. Okay. So I guess that was just the show there. Yeah. So this is on.
There you go.
On the, I guess it's
I
on.
don't think I've ever seen that one. Maybe, but I don't think so.
You can watch it on the YouTubes.
It looks like the same type of models. I think maybe I've seen it once as a kid.
It looks kind of like The Night Before Christmas.
I was going to say The Night Before Christmas is similar style. Yeah,
look the same. It looks like the same kids from.
It's like they almost reused a lot of the same shit. Yeah,
yeah, that's the kids from Night Before Christmas, right?
It sure looks a lot like them.
Well, here, let me put this link in the chat here. Yep, so people can find this. Yep, if you want to watch it. Yeah, so I guess it's. I don't know if it's on public domain or because something like this is so obscure. I guess the right holders don't. I mean, it's on YouTube, so I always wonder about that stuff. But I guess you can watch it on the YouTube. So I'm gonna add that to my watch later. Add that to my watch later. So check that out. But yeah, it looks like the guys from The Night Before Christmas. Yep. So. All right. Interesting. Okay, so we'll give it a D just because it's obscure, maybe because it could be good, but we if it's not that popular, I haven't seen it. Yep. Yeah, David Bowie. Yeah, that was they didn't go together too well. Yeah. Okay, the first Christmas. Now this was let's see. Let me call up that one, read the plot of that one, refresh everyone's memory on this one. It's another more obscure one. Yep. Let's see. The First Christmas, a story. The First Christmas Snow. So I think that's what you're thinking before with Jack Frost. We were mentioning something about plot with the snow. Yeah, Lucas is struck by lightning with his animals. Group of nuns, Sister Jean, Sister Catherine rescue him. Oh yeah, then he was blinded. He was blinded in the accident. Yeah, blinded by the lightning. Now I'm remembering this. Yep. And he's also an orphan. Yep. Father Thomas is irritated, but Lucas is allowed to stay in the abbey. Yep. While he recovers from the accident. Yep. She tells him about snow, something neither he nor anyone else in the abbey's ever seen. They're too close to the sea. So he's dreaming of a white Christmas. Yep. So I like this one now that I'm remembering that for that accident there. Yeah, Angela Lansbury's sister Teresa. She's one of the voices. Yep. Let's see who else is in that. So I think that was I put that in like it was like a heartwarming one. It's a BC. B or C. Has anyone recognize this one? Yeah, D, since we don't know it.
I recognize it, but it's probably been 10, 15, 20 more years since I've seen it. So probably the D range, maybe.
Yeah, we'll give it a D. Yep. Okay, so now this is
that other Frosty one that isn't
Frosty one, Winter one. Yeah, that one wasn't that good. I'd probably put that in either D or the C. What do you think?
Or wait,
Frosty.
I'm trying to remember which one is which.
All right, well, let's double check. Yeah. Let's check here. Yeah,
because like I think I never had
Wonderland.
Okay, I don't think I'd ever seen that till last year. I think I watched it for the first time, and I think that one's actually not that bad.
Okay, it's a
Okay, so that's the one I was
special.
thinking of that has Shelley Winters in it. Okay, right there. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
one that was pretty good. Andy Griffith, that's right, he's in it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Frosty comes back. So this is the first this is the first sequel, right?
Yes, so this is part 2, and
Yeah,
then the
part
third one
2,
is the
yeah.
other one, so flip-flop them.
We'll
Put
flip-flop
this
them, yeah.
one
This one
yeah,
was
so put
good. Yeah,
this
this
one
one was
yeah,
good.
that's what I meant. Okay, so put this one where the other one is, and then you can bring that other one down
Yeah.
the slot or so, in my opinion anyway, obviously.
I would agree with that. Yeah, yeah.
Because I don't know if you've seen them or remember, but I never seen
I
that one
remember
until
this
last
one.
year. Yeah.
So we'll put this one on like the C. Yeah.
And I don't
this
even know
one.
if they got Shelley Winters or the original voice of Frosty back in
Yeah.
that third one. That's what I was saying. But this one does have the original voice of Frosty in it.
Yeah.
And it's 2D animated, so it kind of matches the original. The other one is
Right.
3D animated, yeah.
No, this was good. Yeah. So yeah, when then they started to melt and then Frosty and yeah, they're having fun and they start to melt again, of course. Yep. And then they had to leave, right? Yep. At the end, it's always bittersweet when Frosty has to leave. Yeah, and it's Crystal. Yeah, so Crystal is played by that's Shelley Winters. Yep, or Mrs. Frosty. Yeah, yep. So yeah, that was a nice sequel because the kids get to see Frosty again, and yeah, that was a good one. Yep, yep. And Phantom's a blind orphan. I pass on that. Too depressing. Yeah, yeah. I last watched Rudolph on Seattle's King 5 and Frosty on Disney Hulu Plus. Yep. Unless Frosty has a machine gun, it's a hard F every time. This is Lenrod. Yep, yep. All right. So the next one on this one I really like. This is The Night Before Christmas. So this is a story of Silent Night. And there's a cute mouse in that. The mouse is like a uber genius in this one, I think. Wasn't the mouse like super smart? And this one, let's call up it was The Night Before. Now this is 2D animated, and I think let's see what year this was. It was The Night Before Christmas. Let's see here. Yeah, this was 74. So it's the same year as The Year Without a Santa Claus. Let me pull this over so we can look at the Wikipedia here. So AMC has the rights to this now. Yep. Told and sung by Joel Gray. It's really narrated by George Gobel. Let's see, Father Mouse. Yeah, there was Father Mouse and the poem "Night Before Christmas." Don't they sing Silent Night in this? I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Santa Claus is offended by an anonymous letter claiming he does not exist. Yep. Santa returns all the townspeople's letters unopened. Father Mouse, clockmaker, assistant to clockmaker Joshua Trundle, suspects that his son Albert is the author, and Albert confirms this. That's right. Yep. To make amends to Santa, Father Mouse and the Trundle family built a clock tower that will play.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, sorry. I stepped away from it. Of course, this is one of my favorite ones ever.
I love this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even a miracle needs a hand.
Yeah, the clock causes it to malfunction. Denies Joshua access for repairs. Yep.
You wait, and I'll hurry. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
You think, and I'll plan. We'll do what's necessary, because even a miracle needs a hand.
Right. We got it. Yep. Christmas chimes are calling. Yep. So the 3 songs in there. Your heart needs a try. Yep. So but there's
that's a great one. I fucking love that one.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
There's no Silent Night in it. They don't sing Silent Night in this one. Or maybe
no, it's "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" is what it's called. And it starts out with the whole poem, but then it leads into the story of the clock. Yeah.
Yeah, and the clock. Yeah, yeah. I'm mixing
the
up.
whole thing is Santa won't stop in town if he doesn't hear the clock. It's basically the. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of silly, but it's just the whole story with the mice and the kid and him coming clean about making the clock. It just, when you see it as a kid, it's a really good story. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a cute little sweet story. Yeah.
Wasn't one of the mice was like super smart. One of the kids, the son of the because there's the father mouse, and then wasn't his son like a bookworm?
Yes, and he gets all curious, and that's what he does is he goes in to see how the clock works, and he ends up fucking it up.
He breaks up the clock.
Yeah,
he breaks the clock,
and they can't figure out what happened, and then he finally confesses.
Yeah, yeah. No, I remember that as being so we'll put that as an A. Let's see what the chat. Do we have any votes in the chat? Let me get back to the chat here. Yep. Phantom's doing the B. Yeah, they build a clock for Santa. Yep. But I think, yeah, we'll overrule Phantom on that. We'll give it an A because I remember that being pretty charming. Yep. But yeah, Phantom.
That might be a personal one. I'll fight for an A on.
Yeah. Okay, Year Without a Santa Claus, Heat Miser.
That one's a pretty good and popular one. So like, I'd definitely put that either A or B. Yeah.
Yeah. This
if
one
not for the music alone, probably.
The music alone with the Heat Miser and Cold Miser songs. I mean, in school every year we were going crazy trying to watch this. Can you drag? Oh, you can drag these horizontally too. I guess too. We could go. So I would go. Well, if I would put in these in order just myself, I would say Rudolph is the best. Santa Claus too. This one, well, Frosty's pretty damn good too. I think I almost would put Frosty better than Year Without a Santa Claus. As much as I love that. But yeah, the Heat Miser song. We're all singing that in school, and back in the day, and at least as a Heat Miser, heck yeah, and hey, yep. Heat Miser sounds like a code name for a missile, yeah. But yeah, it was. I mean, you like, Mom, tell us when the Christmas specials are going to be on. I can't miss them. I can't miss them this year. Especially before you had a VHS, then you could at least record them. But that was destination TV. That back, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. Especially the 70s when I was a kid. Young kid in the 70s. You got the TV guide or in the newspaper, and you'd circle Year Without a Santa Claus is on Thursday night on NBC. At 7:00 or 8:00. Don't miss it. Yeah. So yeah, that's an A. Yep. Okay, Little Drummer Boy, Book 2. What the heck happened? I gotta look at the synopsis here to see what.
Yeah, that one I think I've only seen a couple times. I don't remember specifics about it.
If I'd been a good host, I'd have watched all these during the day, probably. But some of these I haven't seen in years, so this is always fun. These lists are fun. But yeah, Little Drummer Boy Book 2 was 1976. Let's pull over the wiki on this one. Let's see. So the plot: Jewish boy named Aaron lives a peaceful life on a farm with his parents and 3 animals. And let's see. Aaron is given a drum on his birthday, which makes the animals dance with joy. One night, bandits attack the farm and kill Aaron's parents. Aaron survives, but is left scarred and vows to hate all mankind. His drumming abilities catch the attention of Ben Haramed, who kidnaps him and makes him join the caravan with inept performers against his will. Aaron becomes infuriated by the townspeople amusement, lashes out at the townspeople. Okay, well, this is a long synopsis, but I'm trying to remember this one. Let's see. A Little Drummer Boy 2. Oh no, this is the. Did I click on the little? No, Book 2. Yeah, I clicked on Book 2 here. Sequels broadcast in 76. I'm trying to remember if I've seen this before. Let's see. I'm trying to remember this one. Yeah. Aaron takes injured lamb to the Magi to be healed, but they insist that maybe the baby can help. Having no gift to give the baby, Aaron decides to give him the. This sounds like the Little Drummer Boy. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Book 2. Yeah, I'm reading it. I'm like, that sounds like the original Drummer Boy. Not the second. Yep. And Johnny says, I love the Christmas specials. Yep. And no, they modified the clock to attract Santa's attention, drawn back to the town after the kid dissed Santa. Okay, thank you. And Tom's rendition of the song moves it from a B to an A for me. I forgot I liked that song. Yep. And the Heat Miser and Snow Miser names were tagged as 2 of my favorite classmates. One was a ginger, and that was a albino. They used to mock each other with it as well. Yep. It's a Dark Knight version of the Little Drummer Boy. Yep. So let's see here. This is the sequel. Yeah, they have them both together in the same article. Yep. Sponsored by the American Gas Association. Yep. Let's see. Sequel written by Jules Bass. Aaron and his animal friends team up with Melchior, one of the Magi, to protect silver bells made to ring for Christ's arrival from a band of Roman soldiers. Received a rare approval rating of 0% aggregate on Rotten Tomatoes based on 13 reviews. The site's critical consensus reads, Little Drummer Boy Book 2 is even more adolescent than its predecessor, one of the most dire problems in writing, and the animation is inferior. It's been released in the holiday favorites. Okay, I don't remember that one, but based on that, I say let's put it in the F. If it's that unmemorable, then we'll throw that in the F. Okay, and then we got Nestor, the long-haired Christmas donkey. So I don't know if some of you in the chat may have seen that. Yep. Oh, Lenrod says Drummer Boy Book 3, editions for Led Zeppelin. Yep. So let's call up the summary on Nestor. Let's see, Nestor, the long-haired Christmas donkey, because why not? Let's see. This was released in 1977, same year as Star Wars. Yep. So Santa Claus's donkey Spiletoe tells the story of Nestor's ancestor who lived in a stable during the Roman Empire. Nestor is teased by other animals, mistreated by Olaf, the stable owner, for his unusually long ears. One night when Roman soldiers come to the stable to buy donkeys, they dismiss Nestor as a perfect misfit, kind of tying into the island of misfit toys and Rudolph, and leaving behind while taking all the other donkeys for free. Enraged, Olaf casts Nestor out into the frigid cold. Nestor's mother finds him and shields him from the harsh winter weather with her own body, freezing to death in the process. So this is back in the 70s when, it wasn't all rainbows and charms. Yep. So Nestor better not be Nestor Jesus. Hello. If anyone knows what it's
Nestor is kind of about B level. Well, about B level. It's more well known. Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it have a sequel too?
I don't. We'll check here. Yep.
I think he had a crossover with somebody. I swear.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
yeah, he guides Mary and Joseph through the storm while wrapping Mary in his ears to keep her warm. Yeah. So the ears, it's like a takeoff of Rudolph, where Rudolph's nose
kind of
is a curse. Yeah.
I think it might even actually be like I don't know if it's. I know it's. I think it's something from the Bible, but I don't know how much of it's actually. From the Bible.
Yeah. So let's see. Do they have they don't mention a sequel here, but maybe he did appear in something else. Okay, so I think that was a pretty fun watch, and it's got a nice message too, right? Even if you're the misfits do well. So what do you think? A B level for that one? Yeah, I think that would work for Nestor. Yep. Book 2, you have failed this holiday. And Little Drummer Boy Book 2. Okay, Rudolph's Shiny New Year, and I like that one. I remember that one was with the. We'll call up the synopsis on that one for everyone. So let's see here. What year was that one? Was that a later one, or was that? Let's see. No, 1976. That's old. Yep. So Rudolph's Shiny New Year is a 76 stop motion special sequel to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So after the events of Rudolph, Santa Claus reads a letter from Father Time asking to help find Happy, the baby New Year. So they've got to find Happy before midnight. Or else it'll be December 31st forever. That's right. Yep. Santa sends Rudolph out to find him due to the snowstorm. So you've got General Ticker in this, and then this one has got some great supporting characters in this one. Yeah. So you've got Rudolph. Let's see, 1 million BC. Frank Gorshin has served 1023. You've got Humpty Dumpty was in this one. Papa Bear. Let's see, the Ben the Whale.
Yeah, this was a semi-decent one. I don't remember everything about it, but
I'd say it was probably a B ranking. I don't know if anyone in the chat feels. Yeah, Phantom saying B on Nestor. When animated moms had to go Nestor's mom, Bambi's mom. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty cute. Yeah, it was a pretty cute. You had Was that Winter? No, it wasn't Winter. That was 1 million BC. Yeah, the old guy was 1 million BC. Yep. So It was kind of a fun romp. Yep. I guess we'll give that one a B. Let's pull this back over here so I can get that out of the way. Now, the stingiest man in town. Have you ever seen? I don't think I've ever seen that one. Stingiest man in town. That's animated. Let's see here. The stingiest man in town. Where's that? I think it was an earlier one. Let's see. Stingiest man in town. Where's that? Oh. Here we go. That's 1978. Not that long ago, right, Phantom?
Kind of like a takeoff on Scrooge, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, let's see here.
Yeah.
Based on A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Yep. Traditional animation rather than stop motion. It was an animated remake of a long unseen but quite well received live action musical special called The Stingiest Man in Town with Basil Rathbone. Oh, wow. Sherlock Holmes. Yep. Let's see. The live action version was telecast in 1956. So it's a remake. Yeah, it's a Tale of Ebenezer Scrooge. So let's see. Oh, Walter Matthau was Ebenezer Scrooge's voice. Wow. Robert Morris. Wow. Let's see here. Tom Bosley. Happy Days. Bah humbug. Yep. I don't know if I've ever seen this one. So let's see. How did they rank this one? Yep. It was animation by the Japanese studio. Yep. Topcraft. Let's see. Songs. Wow, a lot of songs in this one. Wow. It's a total musical. Yep. I don't see any ranking on this one. Let's see. Has anyone in the chat seen this one? Good night, D-Bud. Great to see you. Yep. And Phantom was B on Shiny New Year. So, not having seen it, I hate to vote on totally uninformed, but God, I don't remember that one. Do you remember? So you vaguely remember this one, Tom? Let's see here.
Kind of. Like I said, I remember it being like a Scrooge thing, so like probably in the D range.
Yeah. We'll give it a D. All right. So let's see. I can download this, huh? Let's see. So I can say. Oh, you can save it, I guess, right? Yeah. I'll do that later. Yeah. I guess I'll play with it. Oh, and you can share this too. Okay, share on Twitter. So so let's review. So we've got Rudolph. I'd say Rudolph is probably the all-time best Christmas classic. What do you think, Tom, in terms of starting the whole craze too? But
pretty much. I mean, yeah.
And then you got Santa Claus Coming to Town. I would say is another really great fun one. And Frosty got Yeah, those were. I think those were the three probably most popular ones to watch. It got the most views, I think, by people. Would always see those on TV. Those were the most popular ones. Yeah. What year was Santa Claus was Coming to Town? Let's see. Was that an early one or was that a later one? Let's see here.
I think it was an earlier one.
An early one, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that was 1970. Yeah. So just after Frosty, yeah. So they were firing on all cylinders there. Yep. Little Drummer Boy was 68. The year I was born. So yep. It wasn't Father Time. It was just the current year's baby towards the end of his term. Okay, thank you. Yep. Lennon said, I think Rudolph is the only one of these I've actually seen and remember, and I hate it. LOL. Yeah, Charlie. Well, this is just Rankin Bass among the Rankin Bass ones. Yeah, Charlie Brown Christmas. Yeah, that's an all-time great. Yeah, this one is just ranking the Rankin Bass one. So yeah, Charlie Brown Christmas is definitely on that A list of holiday specials that you gotta love. Yeah, and this doesn't count movies. Yeah, this is just the Rankin Bass. So out of these, I would say that those are just all-time greats. And as a kid, you just look forward to watching these over and over and over. So just a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch some of these again because I do have them in my collection of DVDs, but I don't think I've ever watched The Stingiest Man. So you got it on the DVD and you don't watch it. It's like And Donnie's going to say, "Yeah, we're gonna head on out in here because we got to get to sleep because want to make sure we're don't get up on the naughty list and Santa's watching whatever you do." So, but let me put the list if you want to buy. There's a cool DVD on Amazon. They've got, I think, every movie that Rankin Bass did. And I've got a couple of the boxes. Like I bought them as DVDs, or I got some as gifts, and was able to get like most of the movies. And then they have this box set now, Blu-ray, that's got it's $50, so it ain't cheap if you get the Blu-ray. Might as well get the Blu-ray. The DVD's the same price. Came out in 2023, and it's got 18 movies. So if you divide, 50 divided by 18, I know math is hard, but that's a pretty good deal. So let me put that link in the chat here, and you can also buy the other sets with smaller, not the whole list, but still pretty damn pretty.
Yeah,
damn
because
good.
the rights are all over the place. So this set that we have now is like one of the first times I've all of these. I don't know if it's all of them, but most of them have been brought together as far as the holiday and Christmas ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, they say the complete rank. We have to check the list here, but 18 movies. Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty darn good. Yeah. So let's see here. So it's $50, but here's the list here. Let me call this up on Amazon. Let's see the list. Let me pull this what they've got here. Open image, a new tab. Zoom in on this one here. Yeah, so bonus for each. Oh, they got the Rankin Bass document. That was really good to watch, how they made the movies. Commentaries behind the scenes, stop motion 101. So I love getting the special features. So yeah, they've got Rudolph. Oh, this is in order, I guess. Yeah, Cricket on the Hearth, Little Drummer Boy, Frosty, Santa Coming to Town, Night Before Christmas, Year Without a Santa Claus, The First Christmas, Frosty's Winter Wonderland, Rudolph's Shiny New Year, Book 2, Little Drummer Boy, Nestor, Stingiest Man in Town, Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July, Jack Frost, Pinocchio's Christmas, Leprechaun's Christmas Gold, and Life and Adventures of Santa Claus, I guess, that's the last was that the last stop motion one too, I think. So yeah, after that they did Wind in the Willows and Santa Baby. You're right. Yeah, Santa Baby was 2001.
Most of the Animagic stuff was in the earlier years. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the last one, but they hadn't done. Let's see, stop motion. Leprechaun's Christmas Gold is stop motion. That was 81. Yeah, so they had stopped. Or no, Pinocchio's Christmas, I guess, is stop motion. And then and Leprechaun is also stop motion. Okay. So yeah, so that's a pretty, for $50. 18 movies. I mean, that's not so bad. So yeah, pretty good deal there. It's just it's nice you can get all these. It just makes it so easy to get all these together. Instead of having there's a charm about some of my old VHS tapes that you still have the commercials on them, which is nice. So it's it is nostalgic. Yep. Give it a C for the cast alone. Says Talents Phantom. Yep. So yeah, the making of stuff is definitely more interesting to me than the actual shows. LOL. Yeah. And less than $3 each. Yep. And TZ, I grew up on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yeah. No, that was a big night when Rudolph was on. Yep. So and I do have next week we'll show the tree and ornaments and some of the toys that I have. So yeah, that's a fun part of Christmas for me, is having all those toys and everything. So, but I'll share this out. But yeah, it was fun to do. Yeah, this tiered list. I guess I was hiding out somewhere and hadn't seen that done before. But that's a fun thing to do, and that was a fun show you did with all the all the Christmas movies thrown in there all together. So that was a fun show you did, Tom. Yep. So, but I think it's about that time. Yeah, we almost we're We hit 3 hours. There we go.
I'm getting a little long.
Yeah, let's get. Yeah, we're both long in the tooth. So let's get on out of here. But what you got coming up on the morning show?
I don't even know yet. Probably Craven talk for one.
Craven talk. Yep. How bad it was. Yeah. Good night, Oliver. Yep. Thank you for being here. Yeah. I wonder. I wonder if you can have anyone on the panel that's seen it, right? Yeah. Sometimes you got to bite the bullet, and I just no interest in seeing that. So yeah. So everyone check out Midnight's Edge tomorrow morning, and I'm sure there'll be some Craven talk and some always a good great place to hang out. So everyone check out Tom, and I will put Tom's link. I'm sure everyone's sub to Tom here, obviously, but if there's a lurker or someone new, you never know. So let me put Tom's link in there after there. And any Mead Radio coming up, or that's always a random occurrence when you decide to do Mead Radio. There's no set schedule for that, right? Let's see. Oh, Tom had
No, Mead Radio is whenever I get a chance, usually.
Yeah. But
there are kind of times you can kind of notice there's similar patterns, but yeah, there's never a set pattern.
But just look for that notification or check. But I'm sure it's gonna be all continuing to do all Christmas music this week when you get a chance. Yep. So, I'm way behind on my my days of Christmas, my calendar, so I got to catch up onto that. I haven't posted my Advent calendar lately, so I got to maybe do a bunch of videos all in a row. But look for that, and just a lot of Christmas stuff this week, and Christmas tree, and some enabling. And if I see anything good that's on sale, I always like costing everyone money. But thanks everyone for being here. Thank you, Tom, for rescuing me from going solo for 3 hours. Much appreciated. It's always fun to hang out with you. And let me thank. I want to let's see. Thank all my channel members. So let's go here from short from go in order. So we've got Philip Story, who's a Silver Surfer. Thank you, Philip. 70s Rock Fan, Admiral Teague, Stark of Iron, Mandalorian, Nick Weiser, Dadman, RRT and Z, Jeffrey Mitzel, Max Redstone, RobAltis, Wes Cagle, DJ Ronnie G, Christian Delorme, Dave C, Shooter, Eric K, Annie Derivative Jill, JT Kirk, and Brian Hepburn. So thank you, you guys, for supporting the channel, helping to keep the lights on here. Super appreciated, and thank you so much. Shameless Doomsday Machine plug. I just sold 3 of them on eBay, which was I hadn't checked my email in a couple of days, so I got to make sure to send those out. I hadn't sold one in a long time, but I got 3 orders for Doomsday Machines, so which is cool. So let me put that link in the chat if anyone wants a Doomsday Machine. I'm not responsible for destruction of your house or the universe, but they make perfect Christmas ornaments. So here's the link on Fleabay, as I like calling it. And if you deal with Fleabay, and also if you coffee, I also have it on my coffee store too. So you can forget those. So I got to go print a bunch of Doomsday Machines tomorrow, which is great. So, but thank you to let's see who's in the chat here now. Lisa, TZ Burton, RobAltis, Phantom Outsider, Lenrod, and let's see. Oh, the Dead Man, and thank you for the Dead Man for that super chat. Much appreciated. D. Bud Martin, who's gone to bed. Oliver Belmonte, Lenrod, the Stream Element Spot. Let's see who else am I missing here. That RobAltis, I think I said. And of course Courtney. We hope to see you next weekend. Yeah, Courtney couldn't make it tonight. JT Kirk was stuck out at a Christmas pageant, wasn't able to make it, but hail to JT Kirk. Thank you, Max Redstone, Gap After Dark, and B from O was here, Claude was here, Daniel Barry, Tim was here, Polly's Minion, and Mrs. Dadman was here too as well. But huge shout out to J-Man. We hope you're doing well, J-Man, and looking forward to chatting with you soon. So yeah, get get better for Christmas. So, Claude Silent was here, and Lemon Pie, and Six was here too. Can't forget the great Six was here. So thank you, Six, for hanging out. So everyone have a great week. Hope you're all getting your shopping done.
You wait a minute.
Someone is hungry, right?
She wants out. So yeah, I'm
She
trying
wants
to hear
out.
some.
Yep. So thank you, everyone, and have a great week, and we'll catch you on the next Sunday Night Geekery. But once again, this was a lot of fun, and appreciate you guys hanging out with us on Sunday night. So take care, everyone.
Fun storming the castle.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.